This world ain't fair, and don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. We solemnly swear, it's in the air, drama popping everywhere. It's no love, ain't no feelings to spare. We solemnly swear to keep it 100. We solemnly swear to keep it 100. So have a seat, strap up, and let's go. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hey, Christina.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, my God. I'm blushing. Look, let me ask you something. We friends, right?
Yes.
So let's just say you win $3 million in the lottery. How much of that am I getting?
0.
God damn. You said that quick as hell. You ain't think about it, huh?
I'm not. 0.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Christina is no longer on the We Solemnly Swear podcast. Nah, I'm just curious. Like, if I won a lot of money, I'd definitely hook you up because you're my partner.
That's sweet of you.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't the other way around?
Let me tell you, if I won, I'm going off the grid. I'm going to send my mama and daddy a letter in the mail with a check, and my siblings too, and even my kids. I don't even want them coming.
God damn.
That way can't nobody keep asking me for money after theirs run out. I'm giving everybody a certain amount of money, and I'm ghost.
Okay, everybody except me, right?
No, I'm going to send you a postcard too with $0.
Okay.
But I'm going to wish you well in life and let you know.
All right.
Catch me via Zoom.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, she might not be here next week. Let's start the motherfucking show. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're not tuned in to the biggest, baddest motherfucking podcast in the land. Coming to you live from Legendary Lab 7 Studios, the home of the infamous Roundtable, which we are sitting at right now. We are powered by the man, the myth, the legend, my man, super producer, Mr. D. Francis. Y'all ready to rock? Nigga, let's go. Yes, indeed, baby. We are the We Solemnly Swear podcast back in full motherfucking effect. Can we get some love on that? Woo! All right. All right, that's enough of that. All right, we got the beautiful, just selfish Queen Christina in the motherfucking building. What's up, baby?
What's up?
All right, you know what's up. No money is what's up. All right, also, we got my main man, the great Grizzly Adams in the motherfucking building.
Back one more time, man.
What's up, baby? All right, we got some guests today. We got some great people at the round table with us today. We got a guy, up-and-coming comedian. Y'all know him. Motherfucking, the artist formerly known as Southside Chuck. Yeah. What's your new name? Chuckeem Olajuwon.
Chuckeem Olajuwon.
What's up, baby?
Fucking deal.
All right.
Very conspicuous looking at. Don't you do it, man? It's very intuitive right now.
My nigga with the same shirt on as yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday. It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday, right? So, all right. And back on the motherfucking show, I got to hit it one time, man. Hey, y'all know what time it is. My main man, Mr. Mac from Undergravity. What's up, baby? Hey. But once we got somebody else new. Detonate No Impact. We got the man, Mr. motherfucking Adam Bomb in the motherfucking building. What's up, baby?
What's happening, man?
All right, man. So we got a full table today at the motherfucking round table. All right. So y'all ready to pod?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
All right. Well, what we talking about? Well, no. First of all, everybody at the motherfucking round table while we here, put your motherfucking right hands up, please. We swearing in. All right, we're gonna start with you, Miss Christina. Ma'am, do you solemnly swear to keep it 100, ma'am?
100.
All right, Brother Grizzly Adams, do you solemnly swear, sir, to keep it 100?
On Robert Earl.
All right, my main man, Chuckeem Olajuwon, a.k.a. Southside Chuck. Sir, do you solemnly swear to keep it 100?
Already.
All right, Mr. Adam Bomb, sir, do you solemnly swear to keep it 100, sir?
I swear.
Already. Mac Daddy, Pastor Mac, a.k.a. The light-skinned Pimp C around this up. Now, do you solemnly swear, sir, to keep it 100? Already. My brother D. Francis, I'm sure he does. And yeah, I do too. So I solemnly swear to keep it 100. Let's go.
First thing on docket.
All right. What's on the docket, Miss Christina?
Jamie Foxx. He potentially had a stroke.
So why you want to start off on some sad shit like that?
So we might as well just,
all right.
go ahead and say it.
All right. So did y'all see on social media, Jamie Foxx, I guess from his Twitter account, it was saying like, pray for him. He was in the hospital, had surgery or some shit.
Yeah,
Y'all see that?
His daughter released a statement saying that, at this time they asked him for prayers and privacy, that he had medical complications.
Yeah. Did you give him prayers?
I did.
Did you give him privacy?
Yep.
All right. No.
I mean, definitely prayers. I mean, like, to me, he's a legend, and I feel like we losing too many of our legends, and I think I would be devastated if he was to pass away.
What y'all think? What's the last legend we lost? Aretha?
Aretha.
Yeah.
We've been losing a lot of people lately.
Legends? Okay, well, shit. Y'all looking crazy at me. What's the last legend we
I
lost?
lost the nigga from The Wire a couple of weeks ago. Actually, that nigga a legend to me.
Wrong. We lost.
Who that?
Wrong.
We talked about that on the
Detective
show.
McNulty. That nigga.
Yeah.
Don't was the white dude.
No, I'm saying that's the nigga that
He's saying that's how he talk.
Oh, McNulty dead?
Nah, the lieutenant.
The nigga with them eyes.
Yeah.
That nigga with
I just know him.
God damn it, Detective McNulty.
And I know him as the concierge from John Wick.
That nigga fucking them white women, man.
Yeah.
That nigga, man.
God damn.
R.I.P. the brother, man. I don't know what happened.
The nigga from the Wire. He was fucking with the white bros.
Fuck him. So, hold on, wait a minute. That's a lot of niggas you said fuck him. That's a lot of niggas.
Oh my God.
You may or may not alienated about 5 niggas at the table right now. Yeah.
Nah,
It's only 5 of y'all. Wait a
You
minute.
gotta do that disclaimer every time, man, because this nigga right here is.
yeah, I got. Let me find the music. Let me get the music ready because.
Disclaimer. I thought I had to tell a whole 100 truth. Nigga.
You
Yeah.
I stole you, I swear.
Yeah.
did.
Now I thought I'm just saying
protect
fuck
the
the
podcast.
character. Not fuck
Exactly.
him, fuck the
This
character.
is the protect.
Yeah. He's talking about the character. Oh no. So let's So Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
How you get that? He fucking with them dick pills?
God damn.
I don't know.
Ooh wee.
I don't know.
We're gonna have a good show today, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the first I've heard of the dick pills, but good luck, Jamie, man. I love Jamie, man.
Yeah, man. Get well, Jamie.
Continue to fight, brother.
Yeah.
That nigga look healthy. He don't look like what you think he be eating? Oxtails and shit. Timmy Chan.
No, I don't know. I know that nigga he had a role as playing like Mike Tyson, I think. So I know the nigga probably was in good shape. Man, I don't know. We all speculating.
Hey, and also Jamie Foxx do fuck with white women, bro. Just FYI.
See?
So, but
Cocaine?
that to me,
So
that
you saying
nigga.
cocaine?
Nah.
Are you saying cocaine?
White women.
Wait, man.
Oh,
all right.
saying-
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody. So yeah, we do. We here at the We Solemnly Swear podcast. We don't condone the shit that Mac is saying right now about cocaine. We don't know, but those views are his and his solely. All right, let's go.
It was just.
So go ahead.
I was just asking. Are you saying because he deals with white women is that maybe what happened?
Nah. I was
He was informing Adam that
said that old boy that McNulty boss said fuck him because he's fucking white women. I was like, Jamie fucking white women.
Oh, but Jamie fuck with white women for real.
For real.
Oh, and this guy, this was just a character.
Yeah, this is a character.
Oh,
he's talking
shit.
about. But but Jamie Foxx to me, bro, is as talented a nigga, a comedian, a singer, and as talented a nigga we ever seen. So man, bro, get well because that I'll be devastated, bro. Die too. You feel
Nah,
me?
but we gotta roast him because that's what that nigga do. Like he roast everybody else. Don't we gotta roast him? It would only be right.
man, we not roasting Jamie Foxx right now. Jamie
Nigga on the
Foxx.
ventilator.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
Jamie Foxx.
I fuck with
the nigga
Jamie,
on life
bro.
support. We not finna.
I roasted nigga. I fuck.
I went to college with people from Taylor, Texas. They say that nigga ain't shit, man. That nigga low down.
But see,
God damn.
they don't know Jamie Foxx. They know Eric Bishop.
But on-
That's right.
That's the nigga they know.
Well, we don't know neither one of them niggas. So just get better, nigga.
Let's go to the next
Hey,
subject before we be in a lawsuit.
Hey, real fast. What's the difference between Eric Bishop and that nigga said that like it was that nigga said
I mean,
Because the motherfucker, because the motherfucker reinvented himself. You feel me? He was just Eric with the Jerry curl back in the Gap. And now you just
I feel you, Grizz. That's the same nigga as far as I'm
now
concerned.
you just make a star.
Nigga just changed his name.
Like-
They know that. They know Jamie Foxx and
Like just on the local scale, they say Pimp C and Tony Snow was two different niggas.
Same
you know
niggas.
what I'm saying?
That's a persona, man.
You're right.
But
Same
still,
nigga.
though, so different niggas. Persona,
Hey,
Change
however you
your
want.
last name. You ain't repping the family no more. You kind of
No. But you know the reason why he did that, though.
Yeah, same reason why Whoopi Goldberg is fraud.
Oh, damn.
Whoopi Goldberg? That ain't her name?
No, that's
That
not her
lady
real
name
name.
ain't Whoopi or Goldberg.
No, it is a
That
lot
lady
of.
name Karen.
It is a lot of celebrities who have
Fake
different
names?
names.
This broad name
What's Whoopi
Karen.
Goldberg? Hold on, y'all. Hold on,
Like
everybody.
Bernie
Hold on.
Mac, real name.
Hold on.
Told you her name Karen. Nigga.
Her name is Karen.
Karen. She's
Her
a
name
Karen.
Karen. She want to change her name to Whoopi and then take a Jewish name, last name.
Goldberg, yeah.
You janky. You out the family.
Well, it's a lot of people who do that. A lot
Like
of
Bernie Mac,
celebrities-
Bernard
Your
McCullough.
stage
You know what I'm
name,
saying?
Bro, you
Yeah,
got
but that makes sense, though.
Your stage
But
name.
still,
that's
your
still
real-
Bernie Mac.
Your whole real name. You
Man,
who are you? You who
I'm
you
not
are?
an actor, nigga.
Well, I'm
If
It's
I
on-
was an actor, I'd be.
You don't know what the fuck you'll be. Jamie Foxx was a comedian. He wasn't an actor first.
That's true.
And he just did that because he said,
You saw the story about how he made his name, Jamie Foxx,
I
right?
seen it.
Because in order to get on the stage back then, you know, they usually choose like certain names, either men or women. So he tried to say, okay, what's be the best name that's like unisex?
So he took
And
the-
like Jamie, Dana, Chris, names that can go for male and female. So they didn't know who to choose. But Jamie Foxx blew up. So that's why he took that persona and ran with it.
Okay, all right, we finna move on. Look, get well, Jamie Foxx, or whatever your name is. And, you know, niggas gonna be praying for you.
That nigga
We
changed his
pulling for you.
name like Chuck changed clothes.
Will he be? Hey,
Hey, hold on. God damn, man.
Don't you do it?
All right, what else we got on the docket?
Only the people that go niggas seen the selfie.
All right, so what else we got?
Martin Lawrence is going to receive his star on the Walk of Fame.
Now, I did see that this week.
Already.
Yeah, salute to Martin Lawrence.
Should have been had it.
I thought he did.
Yeah, salute to Martin Lawrence, huh?
I really thought he did. So when I
They
seen
gave
it,
Kim Kardashian didn't they give somebody that?
Bro, they be handing. Look,
But
no
they-
disrespect. They just be handing them hoes out sometime, bro. I don't be knowing who deserve,
Yeah, but I-
who don't deserve.
but I'm
You
like,
feel me? But Martin,
should've been handed.
I don't think nobody would argue Martin is well deserving.
yes,
Of a-
because Michael B. Jordan just got his, and I would think that Martin Lawrence would have been had his star on the Walk of Fame, like his portfolio of who he is as a comedian, as an actor, like he very well deserved.
Now, hold on. I didn't like this one here. Now, let me get this. That was the wrong one. I was trying to play the damn theme song. They played the whack one.
That's season 4 and 5 right there.
Yeah, this the one, though.
Nah, season 3 was the best. Season 3 was the one.
Nah, the first season was the best season.
What happened to Martin Cheeks, man?
Who?
What?
Cheeks got out.
Pause.
Yeah, we gonna pause that. what you talking about? Hey,
So loud. I was like, wait, what?
Got out swole,
said
man.
Jaws.
Fat
You
face
should've
Martin
said
ain't the
Jaws.
real Martin, man. Ain't the
You
same
saying
Martin.
that's a clone?
No, I'm saying he changed. After
he gained weight.
He got money.
man.
He
Got
got
older.
rich.
Got
I
fat.
think he got off them drugs. When he got off the drugs, then I think the weight kind of set.
But I think he had some kind of health issues, too.
Yeah, he
Because
did
of
at
the
one
drugs.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thyroid or something.
I don't know,
The
probably.
niggas got thyroids.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yes.
I got
You ain't have thyroid?
Yes.
Okay. I hear women talk about it all the time.
I ain't never heard a nigga say I got thyroid problem.
My thyroid acting up.
Because it's
Think about fibroid.
no, but
Yeah, fibroid.
no, but
Nigga tell me he got fibroid problems. Nigga.
Look at that.
because a lot of
Hey,
times
man.
it's very common in women. Because I have thyroid issues. I have hypothyroidism, but it's very common in women that our thyroids around 30, 35 start acting up. Either we have hyperthyroid.
What about trans women?
Keep that shit family.
I'm just asking. Trans women or women? I do. Sorry. Hold on, y'all. All right, I tripped out. Yeah. Look, listen. I want to apologize on behalf of everybody here at the table and everybody listening. I didn't mean it. All right.
LBGT got a representative everywhere. You think nigga in here, nigga busting out.
You start knocking on the door.
What did you say?
Oh, damn.
Hey, man, I'm just asking. You know, you never know. All right, so yeah, salute to Martin. Like I say, well deserved. What is it? Hold on, let's ask the question. Is it really well deserved?
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely.
Responsible,
Wait.
responsible for the best sitcom?
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, now I play devil's advocate a lot. That don't mean I'm taking the position. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah.
So, like, Martin and black culture is very huge, right? Is Martin really huge in white culture?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yes.
Yeah.
For what?
I watch Martin. That's how people associate them being. That's how people associate them with being like, I know black people. You know,
White people
I
watch
watched
Martin.
Yeah.
I didn't know white people watch
I think
Martin.
in the 90s that was like the #1 sitcom.
Not new for black people for sure.
Nah, I think
Just
period.
period.
I-
Fox.
That's period.
We gonna have to look them numbers up, dog.
You being #1, that don't mean just in black culture because it ain't enough black people.
You know what I'm saying? But Martin was #1 though.
But he had the movie with
Was
the
he
white
really?
boy.
That's right. He had a
All
lot
his
of
movie
good
had
movies.
a white coat, nothing to lose.
Yeah.
The Blue Streak.
Were they big movies though?
I don't think. I mean,
What about the one with Danny DeVito, nigga?
but then you, but
Danny DeVito.
but life
Yeah,
and
nigga.
What movie?
but life and Bad Boys alone solidifies catalog.
Life and Bad Boys.
Life and Bad Boys alone. Life, my favorite movie of all time.
Bad Boy alone.
You know what I'm saying?
Then if you want
It don't matter what else.
Whoa, don't
you
talk
can
over
go.
each other, y'all.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
talk
I'm
over each
sorry.
Go ahead, homie.
And when you thinking about cult classics, you got to say House Party. He was in House Party.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
He played Bilal. Yeah.
Listen to what I'm asking.
But
House-
he-
Bilal, everybody remember the
No,
DJ,
everybody
bro.
remember.
Everybody remember.
All right,
the
listen
DJ.
to what I'm asking. I know House Party was a big movie for us here at the table, but look at us, right? We look a certain way. Is House Party really a cult classic as
Yes.
far as mainstream is concerned?
I wouldn't say as far as mainstream concerned, but he did cross over. He still had Big Mama House, like he said, Blue Streak. It was movies.
Big
that
Mama's
crossed-
House, I can see that. Yeah, all right.
That
all right.
crossed over
All right.
into mainstream, but among us, yes.
Well,
he's an
you listen,
idol.
I know he's one of our big time legends, right? But I didn't know if he was that big.
White folks
Just-
ain't
Yeah,
fuck
bro,
with
we not
Martin.
talking about
I don't see it either. I don't
White
see-
folks fuck with Marlon.
Bad Boys though.
We not-
Just-
we not-
White folks fuck with Will, and niggas fuck with Martin.
And they
I
said they
agree
weren't
with
going to do the movie unless they had each other in it, so they all
That Bad
coincide.
Boy shit let me down.
Which one?
Which one?
All them hoes, man.
Man, knock it off, Adam.
You know what,
Adam, knock it off.
You know what? You
Yeah.
letting that alcohol go.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought my nigga was just bringing comedic relief at first. Now I'm concerned.
when I go
Now I'm
back and
concerned.
Oh no!
Whoa,
You
whoa,
letting that
everybody, hold on.
alcohol-
when I go back and watch it, I feel like Martin deserved to play Will's character instead of Will playing that. Will should have been the square one. Martin is the cool nigga. We watch Martin the TV show. Martin was the cool nigga. Then we watch the motherfucking movie and he playing the square role.
Hey, look.
But Will really is the Fresh Prince ass square nigga.
So hold on.
Hey, when you said the movie let us down, you act like before Bad Boy 1 came out, you had an expectation of that. Like, you was like, oh yeah, they could drop this.
I
shit.
thought I did.
So like, hold on, real quick. Bad Boy in the first Bad Boys, like Will played the smooth, suave nigga,
Yeah, Mike
and Martin
Lyre.
played the loud, the ignorant kind of.
Married. Those about.
I
We
think
was
that
more-
those roles fit with each other now.
I-
I can't really see Martin playing like the suave, cool,
on the show,
fly
Martin
nigga.
was cool.
Nah.
I think he was cool in Bad Boys too. I think they balanced each other out because Will character, I think, if you kind of look at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it was kind of like a continuation of his character there. That he kind of
A more mature version of that.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. He kind of elevated up, and he was this rich guy that got this money, and he was.
And Martin
Good with
playing
the ladies.
second fiddle.
He
No,
wasn't playing second fiddle because he was the married guy. He was really respectable of his family. And because if you look at it, Will character really envied Martin's character on Bad Boys. He wanted
In the
a
long
family.
run, yeah. In the
he
long
really
run.
wanted a wife. He really wanted a family. He really wanted that stability. I think the characters fit them in Bad Boys.
But initially, Will was the superstar of that movie
Yeah.
initially. But on the flip side, this is what they were saying when they interviewed. They were saying Martin, when it came, was it Bad Boy 3?
Yeah.
Then Martin was the superstar when it came to Bad Boy 3. So Will was more of a movie star in Bad Boys 1.
Yes, I agree.
And Will wouldn't do it without Martin for Bad Boys 1.
But you gotta look at Will is the biggest star though. Will is the biggest black star. Will is really technically the biggest star in the world, movie star in the world. But especially in our culture, it's not even close. And then when we talking about who playing that character, you was talking about a very suave. There's nobody bigger than Will Smith in our culture, acting wise. Nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington is not. Look at it. Denzel is not a bigger star than Will Smith. Nobody's a bigger star than Will Smith, bro. Nobody.
blockbuster wise. Not
Yeah,
what we like.
there's nobody.
As
bigger
much as I love
Talking about
Denzel,
them white folks.
much as I love Denzel, he ain't got no Independence Day.
Yeah, it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? It's just certain movies that's
It ain't that
just on
big.
another level.
And to say about the characters, about the cool one, of course, Will
love
played the
Denzel.
cool guy. Will, the tall, light-skinned, more athletic built dude. So, of course, he going to play that character because he fit the character more than dude.
I just felt like he fit. I never even thought about like swapping them out as far as characters. But now that I think about it, I just feel like Will fit.
Good.
Will fit that
is
role.
the goofy nigga though.
But you gotta
It's
think.
subjective.
But you gotta think in
And
the,
Martin
in the 90s.
made Martin. The Martin show is the goofiest shit.
But you also
But out of the crew, Martin was the cool nigga.
Was it?
Your opinion.
Martin was the coolest nigga.
Martin was throwing niggas out the house.
But you also got to think about when the movies came out in the 90s,
Right.
right?
Right.
Bright skinned niggas was in full effect. Will was at the height of his career. Like he was
Bright skinned niggas. Fuck the bright skinned niggas.
But
Come
I'm
on,
just
man.
saying- But he was knocking out movies. He had hit after hit after hit after hit. So I do think the roles.
What was all these hits? I'm confused.
Independence Day.
Men in Black.
Independence Day,
I've never seen Men in Black, but I heard it was a good movie.
Wild Wild
You know,
West.
I still
had
ain't
a
seen-
lot of movies back to
nigga,
back
yeah.
to back before.
Oh, you
All right, y'all, we got to
Say
move
Wild
on.
Wild
Listen,
West.
hey, we moving on. We got to move on. Hey, look, salute to Martin Lawrence. Sorry that we talking about Will Smith on your fucking Hollywood Walk of Fame, announcement. But hey, Will the biggest star, so it is what it is. All right, I want to talk about the King Von documentary, but ain't none of y'all seen it, huh?
Nah,
So
check it
speak-
down.
It's back up. It's been back on for
Give
a
us
couple
a
days.
summary.
King Von was basically just a fucking. He's a rapper, but he's basically like a street nigga that just started rapping. A killer, the serial killer. This nigga is a. Hey man, when you see this shit, I mean, it just kind of show you how reckless these youngsters are with this internet and like Twitter and Instagram and all this shit, because they document all of the shit they do. And they think they slick by trying to cover it up by saying certain shit, but every single thing is documented for everything that he did. That nigga, that was a monster, for real. And just decided to start rapping, but he was a street guy for real. I ain't never seen a documentary like this. But I feel like if they'd have had documentary, like I feel like if we'd have had like internet and all that shit back in the day, we would have already seen stories like this this well documented. But King Von was a monster.
I think it's very new for in this era. These young cats are drill rappers. You had plenty of rappers back in the day that was gangster rappers. Some of them were detailing, like writing their diary about what they seen, what they endured, what they even did. But King Von is one of those few guys who really was the shooter and did a lot of stuff that people rap about. And I think that's what makes this story unique. Not the most positive thing, and some of that shit is a bit exaggerated, like as people say, but you in an era where everything's documented. So like he's gone, so he can't pay for nothing. So and now you got the feds coming out and said that he did X, Y, and Z. So it's a different era. So it's gonna be a little different. It changed because back in the day you used to go and have a rapper from your neighborhood and the shooter protected him. Now, shit, the shooter is the one who making the music. And of course, the consumer's going to be like, hell yeah, I'm going to listen to him because he really did what he rapped about. You feel what I'm saying? But, I think bruh did damage and bruh, you live by it, you die by it. You know what I'm saying? So I think boys can let that shit rest because they're going to Tupac immortalize him pretty soon. Like, it's going to be a story about, you know how they talk about everything involving Tupac? Like, pretty soon we're going to start hearing about King Von third grade teacher and shit, and how she put the nigga out.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're in a different generation.
Fuck.
Pac was our generation. These King Von and shit is like these niggas' generation. So it's just whoever's last gonna last the longest. It's just like it was a nigga before Pac. We don't know about who was that. Who was that? Probably Sam Cooke or some shit.
You talking about a nigga that got killed like that?
Huh?
Pop? You talking about somebody that was famous and black that got killed like that, or what?
No, not really. They got killed, but just had a hell of a story, to go along with their success in entertainment.
Right.
I think that's a lot of people though, because Marvin Gaye had an interesting story of how he died.
Yeah.
Sam Cooke, I think.
But I'm saying, but to us, that didn't matter. You couldn't have told. I would have been like, nigga, okay, let me cut this all eyes on me back up. But that's how these youngsters are now. They ain't trying to hear what we talking about. That's our era.
But I think that's with anything now. I think because we in such a microwave society that it continuously moves. But I think now that we're older and we hear some of these stories, it's just like, what in the world?
I think it's different because it's so well documented now.
Yes.
See, I think the King Von shit is gonna be bigger. His legacy is gonna last longer and be bigger because so much of it is documented. A lot of Pac shit was documented too, but not to the T like this nigga shit is. We got this nigga. Imagine if Pac like had a diary and was just writing all the shit that he was doing on a day-to-day basis. That's what Twitter is, pretty much. Twitter is documenting everything this nigga was doing because he was saying it. You know, nigga slide on somebody and this nigga go to Twitter and talk about the shit. But, you know, try to code it in different ways and shit, but it's documented. It's like...
I would love to see what some of our celebrities that we came up on, if social media was actually a thing in our era, how they would act or how it would be. Because, you know, a lot of stuff, you hear about it per se, you know what I'm saying? What about if a nigga was really at the motherfucking restaurant and had it on film when Charles Barkley really did throw that nigga out the motherfucking
What if that nigga fell out the window?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Or all the shit they say Mike Tyson used to do, Michael Irvin used to do, Pac used to do, you know what I'm saying? When that nigga
but that's the difference. These nigga shit is all documented now.
Like you
These
really saw that
youngster
nigga when Pac spit on that reporter like in real time type shit. Imagine that shit would have been viral in like a 30-minute span. How we would really just perceive a lot of these cats. Growing up in in this era right now, I ain't gonna lie, fool. It's good in a way, but it's difficult as well. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's always watching your every move. You know what I'm saying? You can't never just look over your shoulder and make sure everything is, like you said, everything is documented. All your business on Front Street, especially when you're a famous nigga. So you really just got to watch how you move.
I think that fuck up the game because you lose the mysteriousness of the artist, and now they just a regular motherfucker, and so no one can be as big as Pac and all them niggas before that generation because we still guessing about them. We still got coming out with interviews with people telling their story, untold stories about these people. Not the new people. Everybody know they every move. They know everything about them.
That's a good point. But the difference is when you got somebody like a King Von, a nigga who's really out there doing it, that adds so much, like the credibility to go along with the music of what he's talking about.
He really is who he say.
Right. It's one of them type of things that make you large. That also make you larger than life. That go like, which one is more like the mystique shit, the mystique factor with Adam talking about, or like when niggas knowing like he really about that?
I think I would prefer the mystique. I think like of artists that we grew up on and celebrities, I like the mystique of them, of knowing them as characters or their stage names and personas and so forth. Because now as you're learning on social media with so many artists and people, it kind of turns you off from them as people. Like, man, they really fucked up.
Yeah, but for gangster rap, because when you start finding out niggas ain't really, when people start to find out that people ain't really as whatever that they portray to be, people are disappointed by that. So that's the mystique. That's the problem with the mystique shit. When you find out, like, what's the nigga on the Wizard of Oz that was behind the curtain talking the shit?
Oh, Oz.
Was that his name?
Oh, yeah. You talking about on the Oz movie, the black one? It was Richard Pryor.
Nah, I ain't talking about the Oz. I'm talking about Wizard of Oz. When the nigga behind the curtain.
Adam is letting the alcohol talk to him.
The black one. Why we just can't?
Nigga, I ain't never seen that shit.
You never seen the Wiz?
Black one?
Wait a minute. Y'all niggas not gonna yell at me. Nigga. No, I ain't never seen it.
First of all, Adam is letting the alcohol talk to him.
The Wiz a classic, bro. You got to check that out.
Man, I tried to watch that shit, but I tried to watch that shit as an adult, and I was like, let me cut this shit out.
But ultimately, I think it depends. I get what you're saying, like from gangster rap and niggas associate themselves with knowing the people and they feel connected or whatever. I just think as a woman and being older now, I don't really care about your personal business because I feel like the more I know about people, it turns me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now, like Adam said, you're a regular motherfucker. Like, why I need to hear your shit? I hear that shit every day.
I agree with that.
I think when it comes to certain artists, your Drakes, your Jay-Z's, your Beyonce's, they don't be on there every day because that's their marketing plan. They know they can only give you sample size of them because they know if you do know too much, then you're not going to be much of a fan, especially like a Beyonce. You don't know what she's thinking. You ain't never heard an opinion from her. You don't know her fucking political position and none of that. That's by design because they know if they give you too much, like she said, you're going to start thinking you really relate to them, and people don't be fans of people they relate to. We black. We come from the slave mentality. We only respect things that we think are better than us. That's come from relationships to celebrities to anything. Black people tend to only respect things that they feel are above them. That's why a lot of these artists, especially our main, only give you bits and pieces of them because they know better. They not like these artists. Like some of these artists now, you got your Lil Russells that are post every single day, and that is making them more popular. But when you like already stoned in the game, you can only give people bits and pieces because if you give them too much, then they gonna start to see you as a regular person. Once they start to see you as a regular person, then you're not a star no more to them, or you just like me. We as black people respect that kind of all right, I'm gonna fuck with you when I want to fuck with you. I'm gonna give you a little bit. That's just what we respect. So like they saying that does help them grow and keep their star power really high versus me knowing your every move, knowing what your son look like, what your wife look like. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, hold on real quick. I want to confirm something that Christina was talking about before we started. Yes, when Grizzly Adams does get to talking and get to going, there is a level of spit that does happen to fly from his mouth.
Thank you. That's why I didn't want to share a mic.
You old ass nigga.
Okay. Now we gotta move on. Listen,
Hold on, kid. Since he brought up Charles Barkley, can we touch on Charles Barkley? You heard about Charles Barkley talking about he went to the hotel. He had a problem with the hotel soap. He washed his ass and the soap slipped up in his ass. He down there lost the soap.
God damn. No, Adam, we didn't hear about that one, dog.
Let me tell y'all something right now, and I want to make this clear on the
We
podcast.
didn't hear about that, man.
Well, when Adam come, do not give him alcohol.
Nah, man, we gonna turn up. Hey,
I ain't gonna lie.
Because the way this alcohol is talking to him on this show today.
Hey, man,
hell of a
I
balance for
don't know
them.
nothing about that Charles Barkley shit. I ain't heard that one, man.
Adam is not allowed alcohol on the
That ain't
show
no
no
impact,
more.
man. All right.
Yeah, man. I fuck with him though. He gonna tell it like it is.
Yeah.
Charles, I ain't never lost no soap on my ass, bro. You was doing some extra shit that night, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, listen, them hoes little, they ain't that small. You know what I'm saying? Them hoes be tiny, but they ain't that little.
But he a big nigga though. So.
And he ain't that big.
Hey, let me tell you something.
About 6'3",
Soap
300.
Yeah, it doesn't get lost in your ass. And I got a lot of ass. So
Oh, your booty hole brown?
My booty hole brown.
Okay.
Shit.
Listen, man.
That damn song there, boy.
Man, listen. I heard this shit and I was like, it's over. I don't care no more.
But is that really the worst?
Hold on. No. That's not the point. I've been talking to you, Chuck, and Courtney, Chuckeem and Courtney Adams for the longest about the effects of this shit and just black people in society and how we are just going down the elevator. I think we've reached we hit the basement, dog. I'm done.
Yeah, we hit the bottom.
I can't care no more, dog. Cause it's just this shit here, man. Is it the worst shit? No. Is it the stupidest shit? That's debatable.
But the thing about it is, it be niggas in our age bracket, not niggas per se, but the females be like, I be watching them like when I go to these different places, and when that song come on, motherfuckers in their 40s.
Bro, we love that ignorant shit, dog. That I think it's human nature to just really be attracted to bullshit. There's something about bullshit that we just attracted to and it ain't just the thing I hate about it is I just don't see white people with an equivalence to this type of shit on the level that we do. Like we elevate the silliest, goofiest, worst type of bullshit. And I don't see if I saw other races doing that, I wouldn't really care so much. But man, we hit rock bottom, dog.
And let me tell you how they set it into you now, though. They make it like a bottom to the top type story. Oh, she came from nothing, and look at her now. And the shit she pushing be the so stupidest shit. So it's like niggas be like, yeah, well, at least she making money now and X,
right,
Y,
we
and
find
Z
ways to justify the bullshit.
That shit be so fucking stupid.
That's their number one trump card right there. At least they making money type shit.
And you know what? I really hate that narrative. I see that online all the time. It could be anything stupid, anything ignorant, and they be like, but she got a bag though. And I'm like, but all money ain't good money. And she's selling her soul literally
Yeah, but
to
that's
get a
what
bag.
it's all about now.
Like
It's the bag. That's
and
it.
I watch The Shop on HBO, LeBron show, and Amy Schumer was on there, and she was talking about that as women in entertainment, whether it's comedians or whatever. The way to get big or be stardom is that you have to belittle and degrade yourself. That's the only way society accepts you to be acceptable. Like you can't be a stand-up person, you can't be respectable as long as you're talking about yourself or degrading yourself or belittling yourself, then people buy that and sell that. And I just really think it's bad. Yeah, we all get in a bag. Like if you go to work every day, you get in a bag. But do you got to really sell yourself and degrade yourself and belittle yourself?
It's the new hustle, Cortina.
To make
listen,
money?
When they figured out that they can just they can just be ridiculous and get paid, then the next motherfucker say, well, shit, if she or he can do that, let me do this. And they go even further.
But what's crazy about it is that in black culture, we buy into it, but white people are capitalizing off of it. Even like
exactly. That's why the shit bothered me so fucking much.
Like they're pushing the narrative. Like there's a lot of great artists and rappers, but they're pushing this gangster rap. And I don't have nothing against trap music, gangster rap. I listen to it all. All I'm saying is that's what they're pushing because they know that that's what consumers want to consume.
Well, listen what you just said. I don't have no problem with it. I listen to it all. You're a consumer, right?
That's right. But I'm just saying, like, it should be a variety. It should be something for everybody because that is the narrative.
But that shit sound good in theory, but like Luke said, man, we just too far gone. We love our poison. We like just what the fuck we like, food. Otherwise, niggas like, far as the rapping Will Smith or the more positive brothers in the world would be at the forefront. We don't never put those guys in the forefront that had a real just positive message for the most part. Yeah, you can say Pac has some positive songs and all that. You can go back and forth because I feel like Pac was one of them few niggas that had the angel over here and the devil right here. But we more like the raunchy shit Pac was on. That's just what we own. That's just what we like. It is what it is. I'm guilty of it, just like everybody else.
Like I said, I think it's human nature. If a lady right now
speak for yourself.
Hold on. If a lady came out with a song right now talking about being respectable and blah, that shit wouldn't do nothing. But right now, the hot shit on the street.
My coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
All right, so we out of here. Listen.
Chuckeem said he indulged in it. We all indulged it. I say, speak for yourself, nigga. It's nothing but Will Smith in my dick, nigga. Will Smith
on your what?
In my dick, nigga.
I thought you said on my dick.
God, yeah.
Hey, I want y'all to know everybody at this table is above 35 and they're childish as fuck. But what I will say,
Absolutely.
I will say, man, if a nigga not listen to Will Smith, he against the black community, man.
All right. So listen, while we on the topic,
let me find Will Smith songs. However,
while we on the topic of rap, Chuckeem, I want to say Chuckeem the Dream, Chuckeem Olajuwon.
I'm saying that sounds good. He might need to change.
I think so too.
It's Chuckeem
I thought the nigga. Listen,
it's Chuckeem the Dream on Instagram. It's Chuckeem.
That's why I be saying this shit. Then I ain't just pulling it out of nowhere. Why not just stay with South? You already got a brand. But anyway, let's talk about it now. Why you change the name of Chuckeem Olajuwon? We talked about it before, but let's talk about it on the pod.
Chuckeem Olajuwon, my favorite basketball player. My name Chuck, and I just put the two together. That's simple.
So what was you didn't like Southside Chuck?
From a marketing standpoint, I had to think about it like this. If the opportunities ever presented itself, you know what I'm saying? This is Southside Chuck. I mean, it's a good moniker. It's a good nickname. But Chuckeem Olajuwon, it can fit everywhere because it actually sounds like a real name. I actually had a Nigerian brother ask me if my Ibu or whatever because he really thought
hold on, real quick.
He really thought that was right.
Well, real quick, Christina, also to confirm when we were talking about Chuckeem Olajuwon, when he's talking, he's also a spitter.
But I got an excuse. I got this proverbial list that just I can't control.
It doesn't matter. Spitters are spitters.
All right, but no, I don't know, bro. I think Southside Chuck, that you already had a brand. You know what I'm saying? And it's original. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, hey, if you feel like that's a better move, rock with it. Damn. I'm not knocking it. I just like.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still Southside Chuck. But like I say, Chuckeem Olajuwon.
You worse than Jamie Foxx around this.
Hey man,
the nigga changed his name and said, "I'm still South." No, you're not still Southside. Man, I hate the bitch.
I was like, y'all still call me the shit.
Look, hold on.
I ain't like you ain't never called me Southside Chuck and I corrected you. I'm like, no, I go by Chuckeem now. I don't do that shit. Do I do that shit? I said, already.
Nah. I know Southside Chuck. I don't know Chuckeem Olajuwon. Man.
Same nigga.
All right, no. Anyway, what I was getting into while we're talking about the topic of rap, our guy Chuckeem Olajuwon was on the Donnie Houston podcast and kind of went viral for having a discussion about two prolific, if you ask me, two albums in the city that came out mid to late 90s.
Yeah, 97, 98.
Yeah. One would be Little Kiki's Don't Mess with Texas, and the other was Fat Pat, Ghetto Dreams. So we got some fellas at the round table that I definitely want to have this discussion with, kind of pick y'all brain about it, see what y'all thought about it. I saw Mac in the comments and Donnie Houston on the post saying that you wish that you was there So I was like, man, let's discuss this shit because I want to talk about it. So what was your thoughts on that, Brother Mac?
My thoughts of who had the best album.
What was the question? Which album was the best album?
Yeah, better album out the city. Was it either out of because in this particular discussion, because these are two albums that's been talked about for the last quarter century. You know what I'm saying? Like these are albums that are embedded in our culture. When you think about some of the greatest H-Time albums of all time, you can argue that those two are at the top of most people's list.
I want to stick with like the screwed up click part. I don't want to say because Houston is very wide. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. It's S.U.C. type shit. You know what I'm saying? We could go into Bam Street Military and all that, but we specifically talking about S.U.C.
Right,
you know
okay.
So when you think about it, those two albums, what they did and their impact, they were both great. So it's kind of like splitting hairs. So what's your favorite? And when I thought about it, what did it for me for Ghetto Dreams, a lot of those songs, like I said on Donnie shit, they resonate to you when you get older. See, I was born in 85, so I didn't really understand songs like I said on there. I didn't understand songs like Missing Our G's because I at that point, I never went to a funeral. I never lost a close friend. Now at 37, I done lost how many council funerals I've been to. I done lost some real close friends that's been dear to me, that's been murdered. They've been car accidents, drug overdoses. They done lost it all. You name it. So it's the truth.
Nigga started laughing at the nigga when he said,
this my nigga. That nigga just turned this into a Lifetime special. Like, but this shit touching now. We're talking about albums, Chuckeem. No, but to your point, it coincides with the album because it hit me different. Songs like Reality, actually shit you actually been through in life. See, because it'd be easy to say, Tops Drop, Body Rock. Of course, them the ones that make you move. Right. But what are the songs that make you think? What are the songs that hit you right here? Because a lot of motherfuckers can make a jamming ass record.
Yeah.
But how many records do you have that really pierce through your soul?
All right.
I don't know a song on the Kiki that really just pierced through your soul. It's a lot of jammers.
I salute to Chuck. Let me go back to Mac and get your opinion. What say you between the two albums? Then we're gonna get Adam next.
Okay. I really want you to get Adam first because I got something that's gonna shatter everything that everybody talking about.
We got Adam first then.
Let's go. Just go ahead.
That nigga Adam pissed off.
Adam looked like nigga.
Man.
I'm telling you.
I think both of those albums were very monumental.
Absolutely.
I would say I would probably go with Pat because Pat is my favorite artist. But Pat is also singing and rapping on the whole record.
Yeah.
Damn, he's singing all this shit. He doing the ad-libs, the background vocals, all that shit. But that Kiki album was that shit was jamming, man. I think you really tripping.
What's your favorite song on Kiki? What's your favorite song on Kiki album?
My favorite song on Kiki album, I mean, probably Ballin' in the Mix. Yeah, Ballin' in the Mix.
Adam? I think that second album kind of had the songs that was kind of like a continuation.
It was all a dream.
The Commission.
Nah, the Commission.
The Commission. Okay.
The Commission had the songs that I think that he was working on at the same time. So I kind of put them together.
Yeah, to me, I thought it was just a re-release of the same album.
Yeah,
but he added more. He added a few more songs.
So if I count that one,
well, let's
count
now,
that.
Now we moving the goalposts. We changing the argument.
Straight, you know don't mess with Texas before it was nationally released.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of past. I'm gonna be honest with you. I often on Twitter I'm kind of past the comparing of the art because you can't. How close Pat and Kiki were, you can guarantee that Kiki album came first. So Pat probably listened to the Kiki album, probably took some of that too because, and I'm sure Pat was probably the most influential of Kiki's career. I think he said that before, but I'm sure they've probably, they kind of, fed off each other on those albums. I don't think you can compare them because I think you comparing Pat is a little bit older than Kiki.
But we have to compare because even them two niggas argue, well, they're competitive as fuck. Kiki feel like he the best. When Pat was alive, he felt like the best. So I'm not feeling like I'm doing the disservice by comparing the two because them niggas do it.
Nah, I think
they do.
I think the comparing of the art period because you comparing two different people's stories though. Like it's not like they both made 10 songs, and on track 2, we both gonna rap about cars. On track 3, we both gonna rap about what happened when we was 10 years old. Like, it's just a different comparable art. And I think when it comes to Don't Mess with Texas, it was more of a soundtrack of Houston streets, the slab culture, the coming down culture, the player culture, and then Pat was older than Kiki, so Pat had lived a bit more of a lifestyle in the streets, and Pat was more of an autobiography of his life. You feel me? So I think that's what it difference. You feel me? But so I can't sit here and tell you which one is accurate. I don't think nobody can accurately say, "Oh, this was better than that was better." I just think that they both touched.
But no, you can say that because that's what we asking for. I just want niggas' opinion. What's your opinion? We're not trying to be honest, but I don't really want it to be a thing where we're actually comparing the art, because they are, while they are like similar as far as like the time period, we're not comparing the album for song. I'm just saying, which one do you fuck with the most? What's your favorite album out of the two? Mine?
I can't. I don't think it's no. I fuck with them equally. I don't think neither one is better.
Okay, right.
Okay.
You say Ghetto Dreams.
I say Ghetto Dreams.
Adam
and the hardest one on Ghetto Dreams is Reality.
No, it's not. But
see, that's,
Mac,
but to add a point, that shit grew on me. Even when I was a school teacher, that was one of the quotes in my classroom. How everybody got 30 quotes. And there's a limited life, so you got to keep teaching. Practice what you're preaching. You got minds that you're reaching. That was on a big ass billboard poster in my classroom that my kids saw.
Strive to be the best. Damn, man, I put the wrong song. Listen, I'm trying to put it up.
You forgot on Kiki. He gave us Serious Smoke. You forgot
Serious Smoke was hard than a bitch.
Forgot that. And Pimpin' Pins was on there too.
I mentioned that. No, I trust me, fool. We did a whole thorough breakdown.
If you want to be honest. If you want to be for one, they 6 years different. I think he rapped more about life on that because at that time he had endured more. But Kiki probably got more H-Town quotables than Pat doing.
No.
Like, period.
He's more. No. He's more. I always say Kiki's the freestyle king. He's probably the more influential nigga in the S.U.C. He's been the most sampled. When you really think about this coming down freestyle shit, most people, especially when we used to freestyle back coming up, everybody kind of tried to emulate the Kiki style. You know what I'm saying? So on that front, you're right. But if we're talking about just who had the better album,
God damn, I ain't think y'all niggas finna try to get this deep. Listen, what's your favorite album of the two? Mac.
Why wouldn't you want niggas to get deep?
Yeah, this
deep. It's
because
podcast. That's what you're supposed to do, Luke.
All right, hold on. Y'all hit the gavel on your ass, Mac. What I'm saying is, which album do you like the best? I ain't talking about y'all niggas talking about.
You can't help but to break it down, just like when you talk about who your favorite.
All right, well, you break it down, because that's what we're waiting on all goddamn day.
I'm about to break it down. Drum roll, please. This is why I say Ghetto Dreams is the better of the two, because Fat Pat. I know this from a reliable source. Fat Pat freestyled 95% of this album. I know this for a fact.
But Kiki, to me, is the greatest freestyle of all time. So it's kind of like, I get it.
That's subjective.
To me.
That's subjective.
He said
the whole thing subjective.
Yeah,
No, but it's a fact that Fat Pat freestyled 95% of this album. An album that we consider one of the greatest.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So
but
that's
then Kiki at one point say he pretty much did not Kiki the whole album.
He did
No. It might have been like a song, might have been Southside. Might have been one of the songs.
That shit, on Southside, that was he used that on a screw tape.
Yeah.
So that was actually written, that he had already had pre-written somewhere, and he just used
So he didn't freestyle that. Gotcha.
Hey, like I said, Ghetto Dreams, he freestyled 95% of that album. Songs like Ghetto Dreams, songs like Reality, songs like Missing IGs, songs like
that nigga ain't freestyle Reality, man.
No, this is a fact. This is a fact.
I can't,
fact, bro. I wouldn't say it if I didn't know it.
I know you got inside information, and I ain't buying it from who you got. That nigga ain't freestyle Reality. I don't give a damn. Reality is too introspective.
Because you heard it from a line ass nigga.
I done heard Pat freestyle plenty of times. That nigga ain't freestyle. Nobody would have freestyled that, dog.
I think, man, to me,
Last Man Standing, he freestyled that.
Bottom all the way to the top.
Stop it, bro. Stop it.
I would say
5%.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Ain't no time to play.
Hey,
hold on. I'm going to the album.
Pat would have been hands down the H.
I think Body Rock could have been a freestyle possibly. Like Body Rock, that sounds like some shit.
I'm the man, freestyle, knock it off. No. Let me see. Like, nah, this shit is not 95.
man,
Stop knocking off,
I'm
Mac.
just telling you.
Who
what
told you that?
What I know.
And I love, and ain't no disrespect, but
I'm just
tell
telling
him,
you that,
nah.
man.
Nigga ain't.
just
Am
telling
I
you
a
what I
player?
know, man.
Maybe.
That third verse damn sure sounded like a freestyle.
Well, I tell you like this.
Yeah.
The hits that Fat Pat had were definitely freestyles.
Tops drop.
Body Rock, Tops Drop, Peeping Me. Those were definitely freestyles.
Tops drops definitely could have passed off for a freestyle.
Those were definitely freestyles.
You know.
You know why y'all saying that, right? Because he don't have no direct topic, though. But that don't always mean that.
I said,
No. You don't. Hold on, hold on, y'all. Hold on. You know why he's saying it? Because it's not documented. like we talked about earlier. The shit ain't documented.
No.
The mystique factor is still there.
Right.
He passed away before the album came out, so we can't ask him. Like, bro, is this shit real?
But you can ask people that was in the studio.
No. I know. But I'm saying, like, if Pat probably would have lived, like, we at a time now when niggas come clean about the bullshit. They be like, hey, man, we heard you freestyle this shit. And niggas be like, man, I ain't freestyle that shit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of some of them classic freestyles, they were actually written, because I was about to say, I ain't saying niggas couldn't rake off the dumb, but I was like, nah, some of that shit was just too fucking cold. You know,
about the actual freestyle?
Yeah, some of they freestyles. No. I'm saying even Kiki talked about it, ESG talked about it. Right. Some of those classic freestyles that we love, they actually wrote like that shit down. You know what I'm saying? They might not have been
all written down. Just like when Kiki say, I woke up early, jumped in the butt. He said that about 3 or 4 times on the screw tape before.
He wrote that part, but then after that, he just went whatever direction it went.
I think we need to leave a mystique on my nigga Pat name and slam this goddamn gavel, Judge.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just hard for me to choose.
No. I'm slamming them on the freestyle shit. Yeah, we slam it on there. Cause
hey, slam the gavel on Chuckeem,
I ain't buying
Dream, and Southside Chuck, man. Both them niggas, man.
Yeah, Chuckeem the Dream.
Both them niggas, man. Cause them niggas started shit with this shit.
Real niggas.
All right. So what is? Hold on. Let me ask y'all this. Where does Hardest Pit in the Little rank with those 2 albums?
Right up under.
Okay.
Are we talking about S.U.C as a whole?
No, we're just talking about 3 albums right now. We're just introducing 3 albums right now.
Of course they
It doesn't come before.
Doesn't come before neither one?
No. But
Okay, we're going to cut Max Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, cut Max Mike. Yeah, like, this is the thing. It is all subjective. To me, I got a hot take.
And I'm from Yellowstone.
That's cool.
That's my,
it don't matter where you from, it's just what you like.
I love
It's
that.
what you like. Listen,
Pokey your guy.
listen, Hardest Pit, I'm going to put it above both of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to put it above both albums, dog.
I can't get mad at
I'm
that.
gonna put an actress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna put an actress above your name.
I'm gonna put it above both albums.
Shit.
Listen,
That's what I'm gonna do, nigga.
listen. I'm gonna put Hardest Pit above both, and that's just my personal
Because I
opinion.
even like the intro on Hardest Pit when they try
Listen,
to find
when-
it out. That shit,
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when you hear this here.
But
Nigga, it's game time. Y'all know, nigga, it's game time.
lead into that.
It's game time, huh?
But the intro leads into that when they
No, I know.
looking for the dog.
But I don't. I always skip that shit. I skip the shit.
Why, man? I love that shit.
Chuck the only nigga that
listen.
get off to interlude. Shit.
Hey, that was a hard ass interlude, though,
Listen,
my nigga. Shit.
When I listen to Hardest Pit, it always started number 2.
Yeah.
Skip number 1 all the time.
But if we talking about, go ahead.
I like how everybody keep forgetting some shit, man. You keep forgetting the Botany Boy. Why everybody keep
We ain't
forgetting the Botany Boy?
forgetting about it.
Don't nobody ever bring they shit was really
You talking about Smoking and Leaning?
that whole album.
That hoe was hard.
And everything was on there. Cloverland was on. Them niggas was the niggas first, man.
Yeah, but
They had put their shit together first.
that might be why they get forgotten or not left off a lot of these topics because they was first, fresh out the gate. They was that shit was first. That's Smoking and Leaning album.
They was the ones that was coming down first. They had the bourbons on them choppers.
Yeah.
You feel?
But if we talking about S.U.C as a whole, I would argue that maybe City of Serb could be a
Moyo.
Hold on. We
Moyo.
gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Moyo up there.
We gonna get there. Yeah, because I want to ask you too, Max. So, we didn't introduce 3 albums. I personally, you know how I feel. But where do you put City of Serb when it comes to those albums? And nigga, hey, don't think about the politics. Just think this is with your personal opinion.
My people too, bro. I
But-
would put him.
We talking about the music, right? Come on, Mac. You want to talk? Talk, nigga.
Mo came in 2000, what, 2001?
2000. I think that was 2000.
Okay, so it was after that. So just like bro said, like Pat got a little bit of his feel of his album from Kiki, and I think Big Mo got all of that from a lot of those people as well that came before.
Yeah.
And did Screw die after that or before?
Oh,
that?
that's
Right before.
What?
Before
before
Big
City
Mo
of Serb.
dropped City.
Nah,
I think
City of
after.
Serb came right before.
City of Serb came out before.
Right before.
Okay,
Got
so
enough.
the thing is, they had more of a production with Rec Shop. So Mo was able to just really do his thing. Then they had Zero and D Gotti helping write those songs. Mm-hmm. So
what's your favorite album out of it?
I'm thinking while I'm talking.
I got you.
I would say City of Serb above both of them, bro. To be honest, just to be honest,
You know
commercial success.
That's your favorite album out of all of them?
You put me on the spot, bro.
That's what you're here for.
I know.
Come on, baby.
That's a hard one, dog. It could be interchangeable. 1, 2, and 3.
Depending on
to
how
me,
you feel.
Depending on how I'm feeling. 1, 2, 3, and 4 with Pokey.
See,
To be honest, I'm
wait,
talking about
what?
1, 2, 3, 4. Pokey, Ghetto Dreams, hardest pit.
Hold on, don't rank them yet, because we're gonna rank.
No,
get everybody ranked.
I'm not ranking them. I'm just saying.
Talking about the albums. Ghetto Dreams.
Ghetto Dreams.
Hardest
Don't
Pit.
Mess with Texas.
Don't Mess
Hardest
with Texas,
Pit.
yeah.
And City Serve all could be interchangeable, in my opinion, depending on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling like I'm on it, I'm feeling good, I'm jamming Mo. If I'm feeling like I'm just riding, I can jam Pat, Kiki, or Pokey.
Okay, is there
I really don't have a.
is there another album that should go with those four?
Yes, nigga.
Come on,
What?
get on the mic.
Let me get this motherfucking mic, man, because y'all tripping.
Come on.
You forgetting my nigga, man. 3-2. You forgetting 3-2 shit.
Man, what?
Adam, listen, I'm not knocking none of the music. I'm
3-2 album though.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey,
With Jive. This nigga had Too Short and everybody on this shit.
I'm gonna say.
I mean, look.
I'm gonna say that.
I was one of the few cats that ever had the Wicked Buddha, baby, nigga.
I ain't talking about that's
fuck
with
you.
Rap A Lot. I'm talking about when he went solo. When he went solo, the south side of town coming down.
Yeah.
All that shit when the slab with the afro. He was the first nigga really doing
Yeah, I
that
remember
shit.
that. I remember that video on Straight from the Streets.
That's the nigga, man.
Hey.
I'm gonna give it
But
to that
it's- but
nigga,
it's-
and I'm gonna put ESG Ocean the Funk in there because you tripping.
I was just about to say. I'm gonna tell you why because ESG is my first favorite rapper, and I'm trying to come up with what I'm trying to say, but that nigga Chuck Cup is knocking me out. Goddamn. That nigga, that's like that nigga hand look like an album cover right now. With
But
the
that's
ring
like,
in the cup.
but
But hold on, not bullshit aside though. Ocean of Funk is selling the South because ESG not only came down with the Southside shit, it was a mixture of Louisiana and it was G Funk too though. So it was a mixture. To me, that album, that shit second to none. So that's why it be so hard for me to compare these, bro, because I could tell that somebody made a song, made an album, and then somebody said, all right, I'm gonna put my twist on it. It's like 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, because come on, Selling the South and Ocean of Funk with between them two albums, Swinging and Banging, Smoke On.
Ocean of Funk is better than Selling the South.
To me. Just because ESG was really rapping too, though. It wasn't just no regular coming down shit. That nigga was a lyricist, rapping, mixed with the Southside culture, mixed with,
But it wasn't. So as far as in my personal opinion, when it comes to albums, I don't put City of Serb up there. I mean, not City of Serb,
Ocean of Funk.
Ocean of Funk up there. Because when the screw shit really popped off and when that shit really got popularized, it was around like the time that Don't Mess with Texas really hit. And when I listen to Ocean of Funk, it ain't no whole love coming down type of album. It was more lyrical. And it was very early. That was what, 94? 93, 94, somewhere in that time. Yeah. Niggas wasn't talking about, a whole love coming. But it was starting though.
But he was S.U.C. though, and he was part of it then, and he referenced Screw and all that.
No. I'm not saying that that's not true. That's very true. But like you said, he was really rapping on there. I didn't want to hear that when I was coming up. I wanted to hear, man, look, Kiki is going down. I want to hear, like you say, ball in the mix.
Look, I had to pull a track because I fought 9 Trey, coming straight from the side. Like that shit was fun. Like as a kid,
like all that shit. I love it, but
it's cool, but it ain't don't mess with
I don't too old. That because you wasn't of age. To me, that shit,
bro. I heard swing.
Y'all the same age around this.
Bro, you was 8 years old,
bro. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Same exact age.
Bro, no cap. We was listening to Swing and Bang and Flipping How Many Hoes when we was at kindergarten with Mr. Mika, my nigga. That's how far we go back. I was listening to ESG, my nigga.
What he was?
This was at kindergarten.
They still old because they should be fucking shut down for letting y'all listen to this shit. What the fuck?
It was different. It was different back then, my nigga. It was different back then.
All right,
Like
hold on.
When that
This nigga said kindergarten need to be shut down.
But when that 9798 hit, man,
The only shit I really fuck with that on that flipper through my neighborhood.
I see the flavors.
That's good. That was my shit. That was shit with my click, bitch. I wish it would. Swinging it, swing, making it bang with my sawed off.
I think sometimes we gotta
RP
respect how this shit processed into what it was. You feel me? Like that's why I be having. I used to be the one a nigga argue about.
Yeah, hold on. I got to take that back. Ocean of Fun got to be up there. I'm looking at the track list. Birdies that don't
You forgot
church.
something.
2 Glocks, 2 hoes.
2 Glocks, 2 hoes.
You forgot something, Luke.
My real niggas. Go ahead, man.
Forgot something very major.
We ain't forgot nothing. Everything on the table. Talk to me.
You forgot DEA.
No, I ain't forget DA. We talked about this earlier.
we
DA.
ain't forget DA.
Listen, we talked about it earlier.
I'll say those thoughts for another podcast.
Yeah.
I'll say those thoughts. I'm not even going.
And then what I did the music,
I'm saving
the
it.
album cover was so fucking
Epic.
clear.
Oh, man.
bro.
Okay, but Chuck, what you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
I'll say those.
No,
thoughts
go
for
on,
another
say it real
podcast,
quick,
man.
real quick. Why? What's wrong?
I don't want to ruin what I got going on. Trust me. It's
Because you got
trust me.
another. Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
But the
Trust
album
me.
cover though, the album cover, the sweatsuits with the red and black J's.
What's the hardest song on
Come
DEA
bro.
album?
Of course, I mean, in my mind, it's the single. Like that's like a Southside. Like if a nigga say, man, put me in the mix of something in the '90s in Houston, that'll be a song I put on. Just the
So what's the hardest song on the album to you?
real true players. Got to like
say
that. Just
that.
the singing, the rap. Come on, bro. You can't. That's like Houston.
So like
bro.
it's greatest song. Like I'm looking at the playlist. Get up off your run.
like that.
Don't
Money,
stop.
money,
Don't quit. Money.
Yeah.
But so
Damn, bro.
Down in H-Town was probably my favorite song on the album. What was the song that boy picking boys off from the beam of my Nina? That boy poke on what song? Which one was
That's
that?
not an age time. We ain't got.
Nah, that ain't that one. That might be Sun Hit the Fade. I think that Sun Hit the Fade. Like, it's classic. It's all this shit is classic shit. So let's not get anything fucked up. So even if I say like certain shit don't deserve, I still love all that shit. I don't think that the DEA album is as good as Pat's solo album, Ghetto Dreams. I don't think it's as good.
Nah,
as Don't
for
Mess with
sure.
Chicks.
Nah, for sure. But
And it's crazy because like you would think like an all-star lineup, but that's kind of like when you put like too many superstars on one team. Like they don't just come out the gate with a championship.
For one, we don't know how they recorded that one either. I mean, y'all boys might know, but I'm
They
sure,
freestyled it.
I'm sure it could be different. Boy, you a fool. I'm sure it'd be different if you put them niggas in a room with high level producers and they made everybody get in there and record at one time. Them niggas Pat probably was fucking selling dope. He came in there at the last minute and dropped the verse. Kiki was doing what he was doing. He came and dropped the verse. Like it'd probably be different if everybody, nowadays how boys get in the studio together sometimes and come over with a collaborative effort. You feel what I'm saying? So you never know.
Okay, so how many?
I feel like we was cheated out a lot of shit though by this shit, by the way.
Man, listen, Fat Pat dying.
That cheated us, bro.
Man, that nigga cheated us for real. I thought about that with Biggie too. Like, nigga, we really got cheated out of some real good art.
I think with Fat Pat, the ability to, as he would have grown up and kind of moved up in the popularity, you'd probably put him in a room with more producers and people who can probably like help him build his sound different.
It's
with
just
the
no
ability
limit to
rap
what Pat could have
and
did, bro.
sing and the storytelling, the swag he had, the demeanor, the characteristics. Bro would have been a star. Like he was a star.
Okay, hold on. So what albums we talked about? We talked about Ghetto Dreams, Don't Mess with Texas, because I want to get
I'm gonna say we went down the whole rabbit hole on this. We
Nah, we just touched the top. But if you want to say
6 different ones,
the screwed up click, if you could put the name of the albums that would define what the screwed up click is, because I think Pokey is really like kind of like the next generation. He ain't the original. The original is Kiki and Pat, 3-2, Mike D, Them niggas was the original.
Nah.
And C-Note them niggas was the original.
But Pokey was there
How?
like
When
95.
When you think about the pioneers,
96.
When
When them niggas was doing it, Pokey was the young homie.
Yeah, but that nigga was the hardest
No.
though. To me,
no,
that
the
nigga was the
new
hardest.
generation is like Zero, Flip.
Yeah.
Trey. That's the ladder. That's the ladder era.
Pokey,
That's
Pokey's
the-
still in the first
But-
why do Pokey get left out for so many of these conversations? I hate that shit, by the way. Niggas be talking about, man, the fruit of freestyle king. I'm like, do y'all niggas not hear the type of freestyle? Dog, Pokey be saying shit in some of his freestyles. I be like, bro, how the fuck this nigga saying? Like, how is he thinking of this shit? Like,
well, here's the thing with Poke. Poke could have been in that Rick Ross Jeezy lane had it took off because he was talking about dope rap game in the sense that in like 99, 2000, like when these albums dropped. So I hate that he didn't get that just due because that was his lane. And talking about literally got an album called Dope Game 2000. Like literally he was doing that shit with real lyricism though. You feel me? So of course, you feel me? And yeah, Pokey was a little younger than them boys. You feel what I'm saying?
I would
You know what I'm saying?
argue
But
Pokey's the most talented in the group as far as just rapping go.
I think Hawk is the most talented lyricist outside of Zero. I think Hawk and Zero. If we was doing the album and everybody in S.U.C had to drop multiple verses, I would think that Hawk and Zero would have the best verses because lyrically they're better, and Zero got the tenacity. You know what I'm saying? Just the ability to sing right, cadence. Do R&B, do gangster, and then of course Hawk with the vocabulary, the almost educational aspect and the way he put the words together. I just think to me those two, I think Pokey's like right there behind them. I'm not saying that everybody else saying it's good, but I just think that the way them boys rapped it, it was like you could tell who was who when they got on them verses. To me, Hawk was like the Jada Kiss of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not say, oh, we're gonna put this album up there, but lyrically on the verse. He probably was gonna outshine everybody every time he was on the verse, though.
One thing I don't like to do, I don't like to compare niggas to like mainstream niggas. Like I heard somebody say, it might have been you, Mac. Like you might have. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna boo this nigga real quick. Hold on.
That nigga back out here.
Yeah. Okay, so
that nigga said, but get him out of here. Huh?
I don't like when people make a comparison of if Houston are rappers to like other mainstream bigger artists, like comparing Fat Pat to Biggie and shit like that.
I did say he reminded. I said he reminded me.
No. I feel like you were trying to like for people who don't know, kind of like say like hey, you know, just like an H-Town type of Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Right. I get that, but fuck that. That nigga was Pat. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck. I love Biggie, but nigga, fuck Biggie. Nigga is Pat. Nigga. I don't like when people make that comparison. Even when like he say like you know Pokey like a Jada. No, nigga, Poke is Poke. Yeah. And that nigga is serious. Now that nigga, Pokey.
Pokey.
And you know who another person we leave off a lot of these topics and conversations?
Who?
Lil O.
Oh, for sure.
God, Lil O got classics.
Because outside of Southside and Most City Done, he has the most recognizable song out the clique, though.
He probably got the biggest song.
He got the most recognizable song, and that's and literally, Players Get Chose is outside of. Most City Done and Southside, it gets more play in the club to this day than any other song out the club.
And whose song is that?
Lil O.
Absolutely.
Lil O.
Salute to motherfucking Lil O, man. Yeah. I think that
and I would argue Southside Chuck that maybe Players
Chuckeem Olajuwon.
Chuckeem Olajuwon, Southside Chuck, Charles Woodson.
Wow.
Nigga in the red shirt like a motherfucker, like, you know, shit like that. Oh, yeah. Hey,
I don't know nigga in the red shirt.
Nigga with the extinguished cup like a motherfucker at the side.
Nigga drink that shit, dog.
That shit been sitting there for a minute. It's bothering me, man. But look.
You drinking it. Oh, yeah.
I always drinking that nigga. Listen.
Go ahead, dog.
But I forgot what the fuck
He done ranked on him so hard he done forgot what the fucking purpose of the conversation was.
I'm out of here, bro. Why even here?
You get fat now.
I don't know why I'm fucking with you niggas on a Sunday, dog.
All right, so let me just say
about the most recognizable. I mean, first of all,
we talking about Lil O.
I love Players Get Shows. It's not more famous than Top Strap. So
what? Say it again.
Players Get Shows is not a more famous record than Top Strap.
Listen,
man, what planet you live on?
Right.
I love Top Strap.
They playing Top Drop at the Astros game.
Bro, come on. Come on, bro.
What the fuck?
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Listen,
They
shout
dropping
out.
the top, baby.
I respect that.
Okay.
But in the clubs, you in the clubs a lot. Right now,
that's what I can tell you.
Not getting no play.
What's still getting play?
Mo City done.
I'm telling.
And what else?
Southside.
I mean,
Players get y'all.
I mean, really, you can say it's Mo City Don and everybody else fighting for second if we just gonna keep it above.
But it was a point though that Southside
It was 8
was
points. Yeah, at one time, but now Mo City
because we
Don
can
is-
admit that these records kind of do like they really do be fighting each other. Because you remember Mo City Don came out and had a little run, but then it stopped. But then Southside came back and Southside got the club crunk. And then about 15 years ago, all of a sudden,
But now Mo City Don is just catapulted to a different
it's just
stratosphere
to a
now.
different. I don't think it's ever gonna be passed
I think
now.
Katina ready to talk again. We've been on this shit.
Yeah. but we can admit though is at one point though how hot as Mo City Don is, Southside Tops Drop, Wanna Be a Baller was their record at one point. I was in fucking Cancun in 2003, nigga. Wanna Be a Baller came on, nigga, and then everybody got crazy. And I mean, me and that nigga Murph was looking like, damn, damn, this shit is really like that. But you play that shit, you play that shit now, it ain't gonna hit. You feel me? It ain't gonna hit like that.
It depends on the crowd.
Yeah.
It depends on the crowd.
It's according to what niggas got in their cup and what you that goddamn
Man,
room
please drink
juice.
that shit, dog. Please drink that.
That nigga keep shaking that whole like
it's
I've
going
been telling the
somewhere.
bitch the whole time.
Maybe I'm trying to minimize my alcohol drinking, man. I don't want to get out there too full. I know what I'm doing, nigga.
man.
Already. All right. Well,
All right.
Spirited discussion. Anybody else got anything else they want to add to the topic?
Christina, come on.
Oh no, Christina gonna kill the whole shit.
I don't have anything.
Exactly. All right. That's it. Nothing else.
Already.
All right. So we have concluded that Hardest Pit was harder than all the albums we talked about.
No, it didn't.
Easy. No.
Look at that.
I think everybody for the most people I saw, most people were saying Ghetto
That shit
Dream.
dated. That shit was dated.
What's that?
Leprechaun and youngster shit. Like, even though they sold a bunch of records,
Leprechaun was hard. Youngster shit was no sir.
Leprechaun was
What?
that was hard.
Yeah, Leprechaun was hard. The album, you talking about Lil Flip shit?
Songs. Give me some songs that you like. Yeah, I'm gonna play that shit again.
I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Exactly.
That don't mean shit. If I go to the, nigga, I done went to the track list on every goddamn topic.
Quick, pull it up.
All right, we finna pull it up. Hold on.
Realest rhyming in the South.
Realest rhyming hard, dog.
That was hard.
Okay, so that killed your point right there.
That was one. That's one.
Every day.
What is every day?
Gotta be me.
That shit wasn't jamming.
Boy, you crazy.
Not jamming that shit right
Cut
now.
for you.
We ain't jamming a lot of this shit right now.
I'm not
I'm
listening
still jamming
to
Tops Drop.
I'm not listening to
And Candy Cars.
the top. I mean, Don't Mess with Texas and Ghetto Dreams every day neither though. Like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
jump on it every like once a year type. Like
So I'm not ever jamming Leprechaun again.
That gotta
I
be
bought
me.
that shit.
That gotta
I'm
be
having
me.
CD. Me and this
gotta be
nigga
me
buy
all
CD.
Come on, man.
That's
Gotta
the
be
only
me.
album he ever had. That was.
Well, it's the hardest song on there to me, dog. Let me find that song. I'm on point, James. What's that? What's the name of the
Every Day.
song? That's Every Day? You on point, Flip? I'm on point. Them niggas was on that hoe, eating that hoe, dog.
Nah, that ain't that. I don't know what that is.
Look how Chuck looking at you niggas right now.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how Chuck looking.
Yeah, I was just trying to throw anything to make it stick at this point.
Nah,
throwing them out there.
Yeah.
We just-
All right, okay, well, tell me this.
We don't think that's
Is Big Mello in the Screwed Up clip?
Oh shit.
I don't think so. It was it?
Mello's cool. I fuck with
Is
Mello.
Big Mello in the Screwed Up?
I don't know. I just say I don't know. Is he? I'm asking you.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think Mello was.
He was a little bit before.
Yeah, I don't think Mello was. Just like Wasness and niggas ain't they H time
Affiliated?
affiliated. You can say affiliated. That'd be the proper term. Yeah, affiliated for sure.
Man, Lil Flip had the first R&B song out the click. That box Trojan with your boxers on. Nigga, we was jamming that shit.
Stop it.
We was jamming that shit in high school, dog.
You was jamming.
We was jamming that shit.
Oh, now niggas is 2-player to fuck
Niggas
with
is
Flip.
2-player to fuck with Flip. Like, come on, dog.
No, I said we was fucking with Flip when he came out, but
That's when he came out.
No boxers, bro. I wasn't jamming that.
That Trojan in my boxers?
Sang it.
Trojan with my boxers on. Trojans with my boxers on.
Jam the gavel.
I never jammed that
hitting
shit
that on,
in my
ain't
life. Shout out to Flip.
And then you actually trying to sound like that nigga.
Boy, yeah, hey, man. Boy, niggas get too cool all of a sudden. Okay, all right. Well, what else you got?
Nigga Chuck finished that drink.
Now, the Youngster album, I really didn't like. It was, I feel like every song on that bitch had a
At
feature.
that time, though.
Youngster had.
Youngster album was not, I mean, it just had way too many features.
If it was like a fun beat and them niggas was coming on that hoe, like it was alright.
But knocking pictures off the wall. though.
and popping chunk up on ya.
We gripping grind. That hoe, that was hard. But who kicked that hoe out? Flip kicked that hoe out, didn't he?
Man, that shit dated though. I wouldn't just.
Damn, you got.
I ain't gonna lie. As far as that Youngster album go, and I do listen to this whole every week.
Come on, man. What the?
No, I'm talking about because I got an H-Time playlist.
Okay.
With over like 300 songs, but the June 27th rendition Youngster don't get the credit it deserves. Everybody got on that hoe.
You talking about the remix?
With everybody rapping
Yeah,
at the end.
What, I mean, I know it's not screwed up.
That's the only reason I ain't like the album.
What do y'all put Sitting Fat Down South?
Listen, look at the.
I can't rank it as an album.
Everything got features on it. Like it didn't,
but it had one to be. But no.
Down south get negative zero.
The album, but it had one to be a baller. Bitch in my book. And that's about it that you.
Wait, y'all talking about Lil Troy album?
That's worth it. All
right, hold on.
He's talking about Lil Troy.
Hold on. Get the fuck out of here. Lil Troy album do not deserve no
He's not
topic in this conversation.
S.U.C. I said, where do you rank him in the
negative
thing,
zero?
though?
And what thing?
But that's the most successful album, though.
And what thing?
What? That's not even. That's the only album out of these albums.
What do you? Hold on, bro. I'm asking you a question. What do we rate him in what thing?
Like just in Houston. That's all I was saying. Like
it's not rated.
The album don't rate, but want to be. No.
Hey, next week I want y'all to rate this song I make with all you niggas. All you niggas podcast career over with after this.
All right. Now I can't believe that nigga said that.
Make sure you dish your beautician, hoe ass.
All right, look, very, very spirited debate. Salute to everybody for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. I have fun chopping it up with you guys about this. Sorry, Kratina, we start talking about a bunch of nigga shit. I know you don't indulge in this nigga conversation.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sitting across from me today because I definitely didn't want to look at this nigga. So thank you again, Kratina.
My gal like to look at me though.
I'm sure.
Hey, and that nigga Chuck Cup kept looking at me.
Say hoe ass looking at that.
He babysitted that drink the whole podcast.
Hey, it's gone. You poured that shit on the floor. Hit that hoe right when everybody wasn't looking. Everybody looked at the door. That nigga.
And he had a small cup. Everybody else had tall cups. We didn't drink. I drank.
Right.
Because I ain't alcoholics like y'all, man. I'm taking
all right, well, hey, salute to Chuckeem Olajuwon. Thank you for coming through, brother. Mac, thank you for coming through. Adam Baum, thank you for coming through. Brother, good to see you. Of course, Grizzly Adams, thank you for coming through. Kratina, I don't know why you came. No.
That's all right. Next week I won't come.
See, don't say that. See, don't say that. God damn.
No.
God damn. All right, well, everybody can take jokes and shit. The only person who can't take a joke is the lady. Yeah, it sounds about right. So that's about right. We on cue. Salute to my guy D Francis for keeping us powered and over here moving and grooving. We out this bitch or what? Oh, hold on, my guy. What's that? Oh shit! All right. Totally forgot about the conversation about the Freaknik shit. Let's talk about it. I know it's definitely one that Grizzly Adams really wanted to talk about. Get off his
women. That's what I want to know.
Get off his chest, huh?
Who the women supposed to be in it that's scared? Sure. Who's the women that's scared that's supposed to be in it? That's what I do.
I don't know. I don't think it's a specific.
No, they said it's
group of women.
It's 5 prominent women.
What they suing them?
They are famous women.
Oh, really?
They ain't said no names.
They ain't said no names, but I don't understand why you scared. I mean, like, if you're going to do something.
Because them cheeks out.
I mean, but stand on it. Like, you knew the camera was there then. You knew people was recording you then. So why be scared?
So if you was in this, Kratina,
bro,
you knew you may or may not have showed a bit too much right now, you wouldn't be nervous. You wouldn't be nervous for your job.
Hey, whatever I do, I stand on it. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Like, you knew cameras was there then, so, nothing goes away. No footage ever go away. What you put out, that's what
it's a difference between it being on your social media and it being on Hulu, Netflix.
Whatever it is, if you did it, you can't take it back. You
gonna come in the church, guys, next Sunday?
That's right. God forgives all sinners. You got to stand on that shit. And you might as well just go and tell your kids who you used to be. And that way you got a testimony and tell them how you changed and what not to be. Because you can't change it. Like, it's documented. It's going to come out. You might as well tell people before it hits the fan. But if you was out there shaking your tail feather and dropping it like it's hot and shit and popping your pussy for a real nigga then, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you probably still popping that pussy for a real nigga. Like, some shit just in you.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But I think they better off not saying shit because now everybody gonna tune in to see who they is.
Exactly.
I think me and Luke, when we discussed it, and me and Chuckeem, Southside.
Wait a minute, hold on. Is this your little moment right here when you record yourself?
Well, hey, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice.
All right, go ahead. Everybody be quiet.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, I think it kind of we was talking about the aspect of it now because how they flipped it because everybody's like the Freaknik documentary is coming, it's coming. You got to watch out. Your mama might be on there, but then of course, I argue with y'all a lot about politics and political views, and then it instantly flipped on Twitter to a sexual assault type thing, a rape type thing, and I think it got a little dangerous for a second because we both know that I'm sure somebody was sexually assaulted out there. I'm sure it happened. But I think to kind of flip the whole narrative into that being almost like that being the meat and potatoes of the whole situation, like, oh, it was a rape thing, it was a sexual assault thing, that's what it was. It was almost like it was done purposely so we can demonize and make sure America don't forget the face of the real predators out here, which is black men. And of course I don't agree with that shit. But we know what it is though. We know how these type things of something that happened yesteryear can easily be flipped, where it be the Ime Udoka situation where bro was doing what he was doing and he was flipped and he instantly became a predator almost in the mainstream media. And I think that with this Freaknik situation, I think that's what this has turned into. Like, oh yeah, your mama may have been out there, your daddy was out there wilding, but then on the back end, when you're on your Twitters and when you're in some of these spaces on these narratives, it's like, oh yeah, because them niggas was out there raping women. They was out there sexually assaulting women. And I don't ever want to be seen as I'm not sensitive to those who things happen to it. But I think I quickly and a few other people quickly understood like, oh, this is going to be a narrative to unmask and again paint black men as sexual predators. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I probably won't tune into it because I kind of see it in a different light now. You feel what I'm saying?
I actually kind of disagree with you. Like, usually I agree with you, but I think, now that we're older.
You usually agree with him?
I usually agree with some of the points that he makes. That's true. However, I'm just saying, like, since the Me Too movement and society has moved to a more sensitive realm on how things are viewed, I think I can see it from both sides of the angle. I don't think it's put out there to paint black men in any kind of light. I think sexual assault is a subject that's coming to the forefront on how women feel about men policing their bodies or the entitlement of women's bodies. Don't get me wrong. I will watch the Freaknik documentary.
Already.
Because it's such a big thing. Like, growing up, you heard about Freaknik, and here we had Kappa Beach Party. But, honestly, was sexual assault happening at these events? Yes. May not call it that, but that's what was happening.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw it at the Kappa. I seen huddles of niggas like ripping fucking bikinis off of chicks and shit. And I was so ignorant and young at the time, I didn't really think like that's fucked up.
But that's what I'm saying. And, like off air when we had the conversation when me and Chuck was talking earlier, I don't think that men really understand how it feels from a woman's point of view. I think society has moved to such a point that men feel entitled to women's bodies, to women, because they see women more as property than people, that it's nothing. But these were things that was happening. I don't think that it's a narrative that black men are predators. I think it's a narrative that all men are predators because there is a level of sexual assault that happens so much, but especially in our community, that we don't talk about.
Yeah, but it's like they're trying to make the predatory angle more in the forefront than the bitches who was just out there doing what they do. And that's really, and at the end of the day, that's really what it was. Now, unfortunately, the bullshit, the hoe ass shit came with it. But let's stop acting like what it really was and what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember going to the Kappa back in the Gap. Yeah, I grabbed on some hoes' asses. I grabbed on some titties. But I can honestly say 80% of them hoes They invited that shit. They put their titties in my face. I'm 16 years old, fucking with bitches I know 23, 24, 25. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, hold on, dog.
It was, but that's just what it was back then. But you know, yeah, I was grabbing on some ass. I was sucking on some titties. I was doing what I do, taking pictures. I got Polaroids that I didn't post it on. No, bro, I got Polaroids I didn't post it online at the Kappa, grabbing on these chicks' asses. But then when you think about the other angle as to where you were speaking from, as far as like the raping and all that, I'm like, because, you know, at the end of the day, everybody got some sort of moral compass about themselves. And then when you're taking it there, that's when I'm like, okay, when y'all try to put, I understand sexual assault, I understand the severity of it, but when people try to put grabbing a motherfucker ass,
that's kind of what y'all were talking about before.
On the same level as raping somebody, that's kind of where I draw the line.
But when you start saying, yeah, I was grabbing titties, I'm grabbing hoes.
But I can honestly say, at that particular moment, as far as I know, they were willing at the time. Maybe it was a defense mechanism. I never had no chick say, get your hands off me. Let me say that for the record. I never had no chick say they felt uncomfortable. If anything, they were smiling.
You took pictures grabbing somebody's ass.
And they were smiling in the picture. I got pictures. I posted these pictures. You go look on some of my Instagram pictures. You see me grabbing on old girl titties and she cheesing like a motherfucker, and I'm smiling like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, this is the part that's sketchy. While you may be factual in what you're saying in that time, we live in a day and time now where damn near ain't none of that type of shit gonna be deemed as okay or acceptable on no kind of level, whether she was smiling. She can say, well, I was smiling because I was scared. You know, I didn't know what else to, like, you, man, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
You
gotta be aware.
And I agree with Luke on that. You know, I'm not saying that these things didn't happen. I'm not saying that they have not, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is when in the 90s, life was different. We were more open and unaware and uneducated about a lot of things about sexual assault, okay? But overall, the activity, like Freaknik as an event, the way it started off as a community thing that just kind of spread and made it bigger and bigger. But it was a lot of things happening in the 90s that now, you know, 25 some years later, when you look at it and you're older and you more mature, like you say, you realize that it wasn't right. But do
you realize that?
No, this is what I say. No, I was having a good time. What I was saying is, as far as in today's, put it like this, at 37 years old, I just wouldn't walk up to no chick and just get in the picture and just randomly just grab their titty or grab their ass. But back then, at least the chicks I was in the pictures with, they were, at least it was perceived, they was inviting, they were willing. Now, as far as like you was talking about, if I would have saw a chick getting her bathing suit ripped off, I probably would have been like, man, them niggas tripping. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think like that
some
back
people,
in the day.
But some people can be like, well, Chuck, what's the difference between you grabbing on the ass? And that's what everybody got they bottom line. I kind of like, sort of like a pain tolerance. Some things might not hurt you. Some things might will. Like I said, if I see a nigga grabbing on the chick ass, that's one thing. But if I see like 4 or 5 niggas, y'all ripping this girl bathing suit off, just see her naked. Perfect example. I always use this example. When I was a kid, I loved the Nothing But a G Thing video. It was one of my favorite videos as a kid. At 37, it's one of the most misogynistic videos of all time. Misogynistic. You know my list be getting in the way, her ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of the most misogynistic videos. Like the part when he grabbed old girl, top down at the. Then when the bitch didn't want to talk to him, all the niggas got the 40s and sprayed it on the bitch. Like it was funny as a kid, but now I'm like, boy, y'all niggas some hoes. I'm like, boy, no.
You wanted to help her?
No. How I felt? It was funny back then. But now, as you get older, you be like, damn, niggas was really wild on these.
That's
niggas was wild.
That's kind of in the same vein of what I'm talking about. When I was at the Kappa and I seen niggas taking a chick's bikinis off and shit. Like, I didn't think about like how fucked up that was back in the day. But I mean, I'm older now. I'm matured.
But that's what I'm saying. And I think like that's where society is moving. I think like even the people that's in the videos, how they feel like they've had, you know, like when we were younger, you knew freaks in middle school and shit, and you see them now and they pastor wives. You know, I'm not saying that people can't change. What I'm saying is I think the level of awareness is coming about. that men do have a certain level of entitlement that they feel over women's bodies. It's everywhere you go. Some men, and I'll say that.
But it's
feel
hard to be
entitled.
respectful nowadays, though. When you
and I can feel that because I feel like if you're not respecting yourself as a woman, you can't expect other people to respect you. But it should be a level of self-discipline that you have that I cannot touch someone who may not want to be touched.
Come on, Adam, you got something. Get it off your chest, player.
The women the bras is fucked up, man. Because this why it's fucked up. And
I'm gonna let this go. Just keep speaking.
All right. In the 60s, they came out with birth control, right? That work. Before the 60s, promiscuousness was kind of unheard of with women. That shit'll get you fucked up. You can go out and fucking have a baby immediately. Because of birth control, that shit opened up the door for women to find this new shit that they don't know what the fuck they doing with, and they get to go to work and they get to interact with men in situations where they would normally be at home, taking care of the family. Now they out here in the world. Now we got to figure out how to men have to figure out how men and women are gonna interact in the world, in the work field, or in out and about without we have to create regulations and parameters. Right now, like with this Me Too shit, we haven't really created the rule. We just waiting till somebody do something fucked up and we say, oh, see, fuck y'all, we gonna hang this nigga. You see what I'm saying? Like what we did with R. Kelly or Bill Cosby. This Me Too shit, and what the women is saying, women really it's not supposed to be in this situation. They ain't supposed to be fucking with men like that. They ain't supposed to be around niggas like that.
I'm glad bro brought up the whole thing about Bill Cosby, because to me Too was nothing but a play to get R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, because you really don't see it no more. You don't. You're on Twitter, it's not on there no more. It's not on there. People get raped or people come up with allegations. You don't see that hashtag no more. It was literally a political thing to reel those niggas in. I want to get back to what we talking about.
You talking about wait, R. Kelly, nigga?
R. Kelly. And we not. What? I'm confused. Why you saying R. Kelly?
Cause nigga, I worked at a barbershop, nigga, and a nigga came in with a tape of R. Kelly fucking and peeing on a little 13-year-old girl.
Did I say he was innocent though?
Oh, but you said it was a plot to get him. I feel like niggas like that should be got.
It was, but that's cool. I didn't say he shouldn't though.
Okay, go ahead.
So
I ain't want to make it be. So I'm glad you cleared that up. I ain't want it to be mistaken like you was defending that nigga.
But that's the thing though. We can't even have these conversations because people are gonna automatically. Oh, you defend? No, I'm not defending. I'm not. I've never been a fucking fan of R. Kelly as a person. Like, cause I did see the video. But my thing is, it's not a real movie because you literally don't see it anymore. But it is this big narrative to, oh yeah, Freaknik was like your boy Lamont Hill say, it was Rapeville. We've seen that. We've been to those spaces. We know for a fact that wasn't the narrative on those spaces. We know stuff like that happened, but that was the narrative of spaces. But anytime it's a chance to make niggas look a certain way, in certain light, they're gonna shine a light on it and say, look what these niggas was doing in the 90s. They was raping women at this fucking beach party or this fucking Freaknik, and that's gonna be the narrative. And we know what it is. And Christina said we're moving in a way. I don't think we're moving in a way of nothing. What we're doing, we're moving in a way to make women even more promiscuous, to create even more confusion in these situations. We all it is there's no liberation in it. We talked about it last week. Like, we're not moving in it. All we doing is blurring the lines. Like Chuck said, somebody grabbed somebody's ass and it was all right. But these niggas ripping off bikinis. That's not the same thing though. It's not. Because if you blur the lines, because every time I've ever been with a woman, and every nigga here you've never been with a woman in privacy in public, and y'all been in that mix, and you grab her and you say, hey, can I touch you? And she was like, yeah, no, you did it. She said, if that's the person you was dealing with, you did it, and she was cool with it, then it was like, all right, cool. And if it wasn't like, all right, no. To me, that's not the same thing as rape.
Because I'm telling you, I'm telling you what's going to end up happening.
I don't think that consent is new. I just think that, we overlook the fact that rape culture is a real thing. And I think, being the only woman on the show, I see it differently because as men, you don't see that you were a part of rape culture. That consent is not new. Consent has always been there. It's just the fact that men felt that if I like you and you like me and I'm showing you some attention, I have your consent because you're showing that I like you. That's not always true, because I'm not saying that what happened at Freaknik that people were not consensual. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, looking at the documentary now and that we're older, you can see that some things were inappropriate. You wouldn't want those things to happen to your daughter, to your mother, to your, you know what I'm saying, to women in your family. I'm not saying that people were not in positions or whatever to put themselves in those positions. They're drinking, they're acting promiscuous. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is, there is a such thing as rape culture that happened, that started in the late 80s, early 90s, that we kind of overlook, and that men do feel entitled to women's bodies. And I'm saying that as a woman. I was telling Chuck earlier, with me being bottom heavy, always been thick, men have always felt the need to grab my ass when I'm somewhere. I didn't consent to that. And I am very conservative as a person. If you see me out, I'm always well-dressed, well-spoken as a woman. I didn't give you consent to touch me. But men feel like, oh, well, that's a fat ass, and I feel like, shit, I want to touch it, I'm going to touch it. That's your lack of self-control, not mine. I can be in any space.
This is as an adult?
As an adult, as a grown woman.
Like where do you go and niggas squeeze your ass?
But I'm just saying, period.
Like at the club?
Not just clubs, this, like if we're at pool parties, whatever. All I'm saying is,
oh, you got them cheeks out.
Whether I got on a regular swimsuit or not, all I'm saying is, it's not any man's place to touch me if I don't know you like that. Now, it's different if we're in a relationship and it's an open, and even in relationships, there's a level of consent. If I tell you no at any time, it doesn't mean yes.
So just because you're a woman and you go to Freaknik and you got your, as Adam say, you got your cheeks out, that's not consent. Still, that's not consent.
That's correct.
It appears that it's inviting.
Yeah, but that's where we are fucked up as
that's right.
As
that's
guys,
the entitlement. It appears,
so
but it's not.
Where do we?
If you don't want to get freaky, why would you go to Freaknik?
And see, and that's the that's the
real.
And that's the slippery.
Hold on.
And that's
but that's the same.
That's an excellent question.
Why would I go to a bar and I don't want no drinks? I don't want no liquor.
A lot of people go to bars and don't
Why?
drink. Because it's like a social atmosphere. All I'm saying is, you are not entitled to someone else's body. It's just like me. I can't just come up to you and grab your dick and we gonna, you know what I'm saying? You as a man might be like, okay, but that also comes with a level of attraction. If you're not attracted to me, you're gonna be like, bitch, get out the way.
Yeah,
but you just gave me consent once you grab that meat. That's consent, right?
To you, it's consent. But to another motherfucker, like, put it like this. Like, I know y'all seen that video of Busta Rhymes when old girl grabbed his butt and he just threw his drink at her like, bitch, don't touch me. Because he's a married man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the thing about consent. Like you're saying.
But where we gonna draw this line? Because I'm telling you right, like my nigga, he got a son that's about 14 years old. Let's say your son, let's say you get called to the principal's office because at a party, at a dance party at school, your son got behind a girl when Back That Ass Up came on and she felt uncomfortable. Are we really finna sit up here and say he assaulted her?
We don't have to yell at the mic. It's a microphone.
No, I'm sorry, brother. Charge my mind.
But
the point I'm making is, how do we all start?
You still don't have to yell at somebody.
I don't think I've ever in my 37 years of life asked her, hey, would you like to dance? No. When she was shaking that ass, you got behind her. If she turned around and gave you that look like no, then it was what it was.
But that's kind of fucked up. But that's kind of. But hold on.
But it can be deemed as assault by the letter of the law under this umbrella we under.
Okay.
She didn't say consent. All because she was shaking her ass and dancing, that don't give you the right to get behind her.
Okay, and that's true, and that's what we have to understand. We have to teach that to our other brothers. Like, you got to be on the mic. Get on the mic, player.
You can't do that because now you're pushing for women to almost be the aggressors in these aspects. See, that'd be perfect if we were moving to a point where we were going backwards in time, where 50s and 60s, where women weren't sexually aggressive with men. Now it's like, that's why he asking the blurred lines. Me personally, bro, I'm the slowest mover on this panel, I'm sure, with women. You ain't never got to worry about me touching no woman that don't want to be touched. But I also see where this is going. what he's saying in the blurred lines of it, because now you're trying to make it seem like, oh, you went and pushed up on a woman. Now that might be deemed as same as, again, what you said about ripping a bikini off or something. That's what he asking. Like, the lines are blurred here. Like, they very blurred.
Like, Christina, you dancing at the club doing your thing, nigga get behind you, be like, oh, no, I'm good. But some chicks would be like, this nigga just put his dick on me and yada, yada.
Yeah, but that's the difference in generations. Like, you just spoke about generations. In generations past, men used to go up to women and ask them if they wanted to dance to get the consent right there, yes or no. Then it kind of changed with women just start dancing, like you say, and then niggas just jump on that ass and just start.
Some women is freaks, man. They supposed to. That's what they for.
No, absolutely, but all of them, man. And
some women is that's what, like, when I sub, I see little girls in elementary school. Like, I can tell you gonna be a freak. Like, that's what you gonna do. That's what you gonna be. Some women is some.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. The views expressed Adams. The
whorehouses was built for a reason, man.
But not with little kids.
Some women are,
and Adam, I get what you're saying.
I do too.
Everybody
at that age, they just emulating their T Jones or their aunties or whatever.
No, that's not always true.
For the most part,
I think some things are just innate in you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be who you're gonna be.
Because I teach school too. Them hoes.
However, I feel like
I'm gonna get another woman's perspective
at this day and age, right? Whether you think the lines is blurred or wherever society is moving, this is where we are. And I feel like, I wouldn't do you justice as black men not to communicate to you that it's better for you to ask than to assume, because you will put yourself in a sticky situation, because consent is based on that person. What one person consent to and like is not what another woman would consent to and like.
But that's too much pressure for a man. Why don't you just offer a man some pussy?
Okay.
Why won't you? I mean, because you have access to it, right? Why do different men need to be asking you? You ought to just offer it. What you like, pussy, Charles?
Well, I mean,
hell yeah.
I think, again, it depends. It depends on the people. You know what I'm saying? If we was in a situation and I'm feeling some kind of way and I'd be like, shit, Adam, you want to fuck because I want to fuck, that's different. But what I'm saying is, if we out mingling or whatever and we doing our thing, you can't just assume because we dancing that I want to fuck.
But you probably not going to offer it to me like that, so I'm gonna have to make moves to gauge. I'm gonna have to gauge. Look, I'm talking to a woman, I'm sitting with you, we talking, we at the bar, I meet you at the bar. Okay, I'm gonna touch your knee. And I'm gonna see what you do then. Then I'm gonna touch your thigh. Then I'm gonna touch the small of your back. And I'm just using that to gauge your body language to see if you feeling me like I'm feeling. I'm not gonna ask you, you want to get away? Like you think we're gonna end up doing something tonight? Like before I get myself. I don't want to take too many drinks if we're going to end up fucking. So let me know. You're not going to say yeah.
I get you and what you're saying, right? And like you said, her body language, and she would tell you. What I'm saying is, I feel like I would do a disservice to you not to say, hey, some people you do have to ask. Some people do not communicate the way you feel like they should, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, because each is both signs of communication. I could, my body gonna do what it do. If you touch me on the smile of my back, I might raise up a little bit, but that doesn't mean I want to fuck.
No, if you don't, if I touch you on the smile of your back and you don't feel uncomfortable, then that's my sign that.
But that don't mean, just because I don't feel uncomfortable, don't mean I want to fuck. It just means I don't feel uncomfortable. I might be okay with you touching me, but I might not be okay with us fucking.
See, well, hold on. This is kind of this is in this generation, and we all bear some responsibility. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting this on women, right? I feel like the majority of the problems that go on between men and women, blah blah blah, are men are responsible for. Like, it's our. I don't want to say it's our fault, but we are the leaders in this society, so we should take more responsibility. I do think that women should take some responsibility when it comes to certain things.
I agree.
We use the example of like dancing in the club. Like, if a woman's in the club twerking, shaking her ass and all that shit. Now, I get it. That does not mean you get to come over, come grab her ass and jump on her ass and stick your dick out on her ass. It doesn't mean that. And we're guys are very simple. So when we see that, that's consent to a lot of guys, right? Mm-hmm. So now it's tricky because on one hand you're saying, hey, I'm here, I'm shaking my ass, I'm showing you my ass, I want you to come do it. But that's not what it means. Some women say, man, I'm just having a good time, I'm just dancing. I'm not telling you to come do that. But it's the same thing as like, it's like women in that front. A lot of women should take responsibility. I would want women to say, "Well, I don't really want to go shake. I don't want to consider shaking my ass fun. Like, why does that have to be something that's considered fun as far as women go? I'm curious. Like, why do women feel like that's fun?
Different conversation.
That's
True.
I'm gonna agree.
You gotta get on the mic, player.
I'm gonna agree wholeheartedly with her because I don't believe in as close as me and her is. This is as close as I'll be with any woman outside of my gal probably for the next 5-10 years. I don't like to be touched either. You feel me? So I get it, but I also get certain aspects and certain spaces that they're promoting right now. Everything is sexual, and now I'm looking at it like, don't touch this. But we're gonna jiggle this steak in this lion face, like it's blurred lines.
But everything is blurred.
And I agree.
And hold on. When a suspect runs away from a cop, and the cop catches him, and he beats his ass, we say, why the fuck you beat this nigga ass?
Yeah.
Because he didn't do shit. He just ran. You a cop. You're not supposed to beat his ass.
Yeah,
but in reality, nigga, you just made me run 4 blocks to catch you.
You get paid to do that, nigga.
But it's still human. At the end of the day, it's humans and how humans respond to shit. And we get it. If when I run and I have to catch you, you made me run to catch you, I'm gonna whoop your ass when I catch you. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's right.
If you work at McDonald's and I throw my wrapper on the floor, do you like, man, I'm gonna whoop your ass, nigga? But that's what you're supposed to do.
If you threw your wrapper on the floor and a nigga came and slapped the shit out of you,
he wrong.
Of course he's wrong.
He wrong.
But you proving her point.
What's her point?
But the consent thing, he's wrong. He'd be wrong if he slapped you, right?
Right.
You be wrong if you went and got on her ass. Just because a nigga threw the shit on the ground does not mean that it's okay for you to slap.
I'm not gonna go get on her ass, but I do think it's unfair that you're gonna display that. And in today's time, it's not a comfortable situation for a man to walk up and say, "Can I dance with you? Would you like to dance?"
But that's why
nobody says that shit.
But
some people do.
I know she.
Come on, baby. Tia's in the building. What you got, Tia?
Hello. But how do you read the signal? So you're saying like, let me put my hand on her thigh and slowly I'm just going to move to different parts of the body. At what point do you be like, okay, now she's telling me no? And then how do you react to the no? Because I don't know about you, but for me, as a woman, especially in my 20s, when I saw that men were negatively reacting to the either physical or mental or emotional boundaries that I set, it made me behave differently. And that's how you get smiling pictures at the fucking Kappa Beach party.
That's true.
Because I don't want to feel like, oh, she is square, or she prude, or she don't like to drink, or she don't know how to have fun, just because I feel a way that this man I met 5 minutes ago is touching me in a way that I don't really know where this is going to go.
Or she may not want to get hurt and may think that a nigga fuck around and hurt her or something.
And that
now
has happened.
I'm starting to rethink the situations that I'm putting myself in, how I talk to y'all. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll just smile or maybe I'll laugh, even though the joke that he told about my boobs being big really made me feel a way. But I'm just going to laugh because I don't want him to call me stuck up. So, like, how do you react to a woman that you know is establishing physical boundaries?
But that's why I say the responsibility is on both parties. Like, women, you can't, listen, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but you got on some lovely shorts, right? and they're pretty short, right?
Correct.
That doesn't mean that you would want some random nigga to either whistle at you or walk up to you and try to rub on your legs or some shit like that, right?
Correct.
But in reality, you have to be conscious of what you're doing out here in this real world.
But it becomes a double-edged sword because as women, we are conscious of a lot of things that we do. But again, men feel entitled. I don't care if I'm fully dressed at church. Men are still looking at my ass while I'm sitting in the pew.
That's true.
That's natural.
But there's a difference.
Wait,
it is natural.
It's natural. If something is natural, can it be wrong? Hold on, let's get that first. If something is natural, can it be wrong?
Yes.
Show me.
Absolutely.
I mean, because
show me something that's natural.
Why
that's
do
wrong.
I know that you're looking at me? Why, like, y'all don't know how to express. I'm just saying, like, you don't know how to not honk at somebody while they're walking down the street or not stare down somebody's shirt. Like,
Because we don't look at it from y'all point of view.
Do you not know?
But that's what that feels. But that's what I'm saying about the sense of entitlement. I think because for so long, like you said, in the 50s and 60s, women were not looked at as women. They were looked at as property.
Object.
And yeah, they were not looked at as women. So you're right. And in the 70s and 80s, when women started to get rights, and you're right, we had to go into the workplace and men had to retrain their brains, because back then you didn't have to work for a woman. You just went to somebody's doorstep and said, hey, I like your daughter. And the dad would say, okay, well, if you like my daughter, you have to marry my daughter in order to sleep with her.
Hold on. D. Francis, we got D. Francis pulling up. Talk to us, player.
No, I was about to say, it all boils down to accountability, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I'm not victim blaming, but this conversation is kind of all over the place. I'm gonna go back to Freaknik.
Hold on.
How can you? No, you don't have to hit legal.
Because anytime niggas say I'm not victim blaming, but
I'm not. But I'm saying, if you're going to fucking Freaknik, how can you get mad at niggas for acting freaky? That's like going to fucking smoke fest and mad because people smoking. I'm not saying they have the right to touch you, they have the right to, but in certain situations.
You're saying it's not right, but if it happens, you understand.
I don't understand, but I'm saying if you don't want it to happen, stay away from it.
Exactly. No, but no, okay, hold on. But let's just say, because you're saying two different things. You saying that you're not saying that. What you are saying is that if you go to Freaknik and something happens now, so
there's a chance niggas might be freaky.
So is it wrong? So is it wrong if they start doing shit to you?
It's wrong. That's why I say it's accountability on both sides.
Oh, I say that too.
I don't have a right to grab her, but hey, the chances are likely somebody might grab your ass at Freaknik.
Oh, I agree with that. That was my point.
That's all I'm saying.
But I get that. But what I'm saying is, as a woman, those chances are all the time. When I go to Walmart and I'm just in the store and a nigga think I'm good, he feel like it's his right to follow me, to talk to me. Or as
You got them cheeks
There's
out.
some weird niggas like that.
Do you have them cheeks out?
You don't have the right to touch
But
you.
what I'm
Do
saying
you have
is,
them cheeks out?
I don't see that kind of shit happen.
Tell the truth.
No.
I don't see
Do you
niggas
wear
at
shorts
Walmart
like
running
this
up to
at
your
Walmart?
woman.
Do you wear shorts like that?
I don't.
Do you wear tights?
yeah.
Okay, same difference.
No, it's not. But what I'm saying is, I can't help that I'm shapely. But what I'm also saying is, if somebody go to Freaknik, and I get your point, but it's not right for a nigga to rape somebody because they're in Freaknik.
Never right. It's not right for a man to get raped.
But what I'm saying is, it is a very thin line, because like Chuck said, you can go from smacking ass and next thing you know, you feel like, oh, she throwing that ass on me, and now a nigga got his dick out. It is some weird ass niggas. Y'all might not say that out loud, but it is a lot of weird ass niggas
I
that
don't
do
see
a lot
niggas
of weird
grabbing ass
things.
and acting the way they act at Freaknik and Walmart. That's all I'm saying.
Because you're not a woman.
You don't.
We
see niggas grabbing ass and Walmart.
Well, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
They be looking though.
Okay, but niggas do this on social media. We talk about this all the time. How niggas be sending dick pics and they would FaceTime you jacking off and shit. Just random niggas that don't even know.
Hold on, I got a point. So what Christina's saying is right. This is experiences that women have, right. And your questions, while they may be valid, I don't want to seem like you questioning her.
I'm not.
No, I know you're not. I know. I just don't want. I don't want to. Like, they go through shit that we don't even know about. Like she's saying about niggas following her and all that shit. Even if she did have on the shorts or the tights or whatever, I mean, it's kind of like the police, right? If the police follow us around, we be like, nigga, I ain't did shit, but we look like suspects. You know what I'm saying? We could look like the niggas that robbed the motherfucking store last week, right? And motherfucker follow us around the store. Y'all understand why the nigga following you, but it still ain't right, and you don't like that shit when it happened to you.
Put on a hajid.
What on a what?
Huh?
Muslim garb.
I'm not gonna go that far.
Put that shit on.
But I want
all the way up. You wouldn't have that problem.
I want to kind of address something Katrina said.
Who's Katrina? Who's Katrina?
Yeah. It could have been Katrina. She said that, but she said in the 50s and 60s, women will. I think that's more of a white feminist term, because in our community, black men and black women only got their rights together. So I don't think you could that's not our really, because we wasn't really looked at as human either though. And this is amongst a conversation amongst black men and black women. So I think we got to honestly address this in a certain way, because you get your rights when I get my rights. Whatever you get, I get the same thing. You don't get rights with white women. So we can't.
Women got their rights next.
No. White women, black men and black women got their rights together. Like these women. Listen. Your great grandmother been working since the beginning of time. She was working in the field next to a nigga. She was working in a house when her husband was in the field. She was working.
The white man did not let his woman vote.
We were still property, and men still look at us this day as property. They do not respect
you were
us as
property,
people.
and I was property too, though.
But
that's
you
not
got
the
rights
same.
before me.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. You black men and black women got rights together, though.
All right, look. All right, listen. We got to wrap it up. We went way over than we were expecting. But listen, spirited discussion. I do want to say that Kratina and Grizzly sharing the mic. Y'all look like them niggas on the 5 Heartbeats when they was on stage sharing the mic.
Listen, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Kratina, you touched me a few times that I didn't consent to.
You didn't consent.
So hey, we go write something up. I'm suing Luke ass behind that shit.
God damn. All right. So moral of the story. Listen, if a woman ain't told you she wants you to touch ass, don't touch ass. Don't and also nigga, don't follow niggas around in the store and the gas station. Don't beat niggas up at the gas station, tearing the gas station up. Do
not put me on blast.
Listen.
Okay.
Also, again, as we said, Hardest Pit was the hardest album come out to S.U.C. What else we learned today, y'all?
Leprechaun. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, Leprechaun was the second.
Man, y'all niggas tripping. We didn't say that. We ain't say that.
I didn't get a nigga consent to get that shit, man.
We didn't say that, man.
All right, listen. I had a fun time, man, talking to y'all as I always do. Salute to my guy Mac. Salute to Adam, Grizzly Adams. What you got, Katrina? Salute to Katrina. My guy Chuckeem Olajuwon. D. Francis jumping in the spirited debate. Tia, thank you, honey, for jumping in and giving your point of view. We'll be back next week to bring out some more fucking action. Till then, anybody got any last words?
I think we spoke.
All right. We out of this bitch then.